life. Neon shadows on the street, baseline rising from beneath, silver skyline, hearts ignite, we awaken in my mind. Every fear just fades away when the rhythm starts to play. You don't know what's wrong, alright, you just moving right in the night. Close your eyes, don't fight the fight. Feel it lifting you higher. When the clock hits 3, you're finally free. At 3 a.m., something's moving you. Feel it breaking through, like a wave you can't undo. At 3 a.m., let the darkness shine. We've crossed the line. We're making the feel the bass ignite. Making the feel the bass ignite. Making the night. There's nothing you can do.
The system is eating itself.
Something moving you. Back in the night. In the night. In the night. In the night. 3 a.m. feel the rise. Hands up high, no disguise. Lights are flashing, bodies sway. Truth is rising anyway. In the silence, in the fight, we come alive. And I can deny. From the cities to the coast, from the voices they fear most. When the people reunite, we are one, and I can deny. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 When the world is sleeping, we are wide awake. I am the voice of the commonwealth, across oceans, across borders, across the
Oh yeah, it's Mike in the Night.
night. I have spoken at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mike in the Night. Today is Monday, the 27th of April, 2026. We are in week 18. Week 18 of the year. We're counting down the year here. We are in week 18 of the year. Welcome to Mike in the Night, episode 648. And I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night. Wherever you be watching this transmission, whether you're watching us from your cabin in the sky or your camper in the woods or your condo in the sky is what I meant, or relaxing on your lazy boy. People of the night, welcome to Mike in the Night. It's 3 a.m. and something is moving you. And yeah, we are here tonight for episode, what season is this? I keep forgetting because we're in spring season. We're on season 35, episode 7 of Mike in the Night. Season 35, Episode 7. It's been that long, ladies and gentlemen, that we've been here together. It's a long time. And someone was asking me, how do you get so many seasons? It's because we don't stop. So a lot of TV shows do 3 seasons a year, 2 seasons, or 1 season a year. Some shows do, like some of those reality TV shows do 1 season a year. Sometimes they do 2 seasons a year, depending. But we go 4 seasons a year, right? And it adds up quick. It's 4 seasons in a year. That's 4 seasons right there, right? So it's been since pretty much 2016, 2017, we've been doing Mike in the Night. All right, guys, thanks for being here tonight, liking, subscribing, and being part of the channel. Also, I would like to add, well, before I get into that, I've been receiving a lot of messages from people, a lot of groups blaming other groups and on who destroyed Canada. Who destroyed Canada? Who is at fault for destroying Canada? So I'm allowed to ask that question because my people, the Portuguese, we were the problem with Canada in 2006, 7, and 8. We were Canada's problem for some reason, and they deported us, just like Donald Trump's doing with ICE, like we told you he was going to do in a prediction video. They deported Portuguese. They went to the high schools and grabbed the kids that spoke Portuguese and grabbed them and waited for their parents. Vehicle road blitzes. Are you Portuguese? Can you be here? Why are you here? Why are you in Canada for? So Portuguese were Canada's problem in 2006, 7, and 8. And they had a hotline. Are you next door to a Portuguese? Call this number. And that was in Toronto. We were treated like absolute garbage and trash. If I put Portuguese on a resume, they would basically, they would make fun of it, basically, and we would never get hired. Now, I'm bringing this up because I'm getting a lot of mail from people and a lot of memes from people. I got the Chinese sending me memes of the Indians and the Hindus are destroying Canada. Then I got emails and memes and stuff from Muslim people saying that the Indians are destroying Canada. And then the Indians are sending me emails saying, well, the Chinese destroyed Canada, right? And basically back and forth. Everyone's blaming everybody, right? And some cultures are blaming the Europeans for destroying Canada, right? So who destroyed Canada? Well, let's start with the Muslim invasion, right? So the Muslim invasion really started after 2003, 2004. A lot of unqualified people were coming. The government paid for their flight here, paid for their hotel, paid for everything, and started becoming a big drain on society. A lot of these people are unhireable, and they just don't qualify for certain jobs. That's just how it is. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay, so you got the Muslim invasion from 2004 and onward. Okay, and then you have the Chinese invasion from 2010 to March 2024. The Chinese laundered $2.4 to $2.6 trillion through the Canadian real estate market. And that's not including the fentanyl that's been coming in from China, and that's not including the farmland that China owns on the U.S. border, and that's not including the Chinese vacant properties. They're estimating 3.6 to 3.9 million empty properties across Canada. So the Chinese are basically the reason why you can't afford to live in your home in Canada, or you're paying too much rent, or you're paying too much on your mortgage because they got to raise rates, right? To hedge against inflation. We warned you about that 8 years ago. Now here we are. The Chinese created bidding wars, artificial shortages, and we brought up the article multiple times that Canada wants more Chinese, 500,000 per year. And this is going back to 2016, 2015, because basically Canada's real estate market is based off of Chinese money laundering. So you're paying a lot because of the Chinese. Now they own the lithium ion mines, the gold mines, the oil mines, they own everything. So, and we've been warning you guys about, and we coined the term on this channel, Shinada, back in 2015. We were calling it Shinada back then already. So, is it the Chinese fault? Right? But then you think of it like this. The Europeans build a bank, and then they bring in a bunch of people from China to work in the bank. And then you have Canadian people outside begging for money, and then they're trying to brainwash you, telling you that Canadians don't want the jobs. Okay, so that's the Chinese invasion from 2010 to 2024. Okay, we talked about the Muslim invasion. Now, what about the Hindu, Sikh, Punjabi invasion? Well, these people came in after 2020. There was always Hindu and Indian people in Canada for going back a whole century. I'm talking about the ones that came after 2020. The ones that came to fix the housing market. At the height of a pandemic, let's bring in more third worlders to fix our housing problem. Canada was too dependent on building their economy off of real estate. So you guys seeing what I'm talking about? So now unqualified people come in and then they get their wage subsidized. We warned you about that too. So they're getting wage subsidies. So they're getting paid basically for just existing in Canada, while the Canadian proper now can't get jobs. I get people dropping off resumes to me 2-3 times a week. And I'm asking them, why don't you go work here, work here, work here? Oh, they're not hiring white people. They're just hiring brown people. And that's what they tell me to my face. So for years and years, when I was living in Toronto, the Portuguese were Canada's problem. But who really is Canada's problem now? Who are we pointing the finger to? Was the Chinese for laundering trillions of dollars and bringing tons of people to work in our banking systems, our offices, our government jobs? Do we blame the influx of Hindus that came in that try to fix the housing problem and putting 40 people to a home and try to fix it that way? Do we blame the Muslim invasion for bringing down the economy through subsidized taxpayers, subsidized through taxpayers? Do we blame the Europeans? Are the Europeans at fault for coming here and building this country? Because 90 to 95% of everything in the West was built by Christian hands. But the Christians are now the problem now. We got to burn their churches. We got to get rid of them because they built the country. We don't need them no more. Let's just tell everybody they don't want the work. You see where I'm going here? It's this big blame game that's being circling around. So you got the Chinese posting memes about the Hindus and destroying Canada. Then you got the Hindus posting about the Muslims posting about the Chinese. And then the Europeans are at fault for building this country. So it goes in a big weird circle, right? And blame game. I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments to tell me who's at fault. Who's at fault for, oh, the government. No. Now, a lot of these people know what they're up to. Oh, your government. No. Because Portuguese were kind of this problem for many years. 2006, 7, and 8. A lot of them came in 2000 on the path to citizenship to build Canada. In 2006, they weren't needed no more, and they were thrown out of the country. A lot of them were thrown out of the country. So I want to know who is Canada's problem. Because I was Canada's problem for many years. Now I want to know from you guys who Canada's problem is. Hey guys. All right, guys. So, all right, let's go into... Okay, let's go into a quick channel. Guys, you are tuning into episode 648 of Mike in the Night. The system is eating itself. Yeah, it is, baby. Guys, don't forget to join our email. If you want to email me an important story or you got something, don't email me reels from content creator. I don't want to see garbage. I just want to see a headline. You want to mail me a headline of something or something that they're trying to tell you or something they're trying to sell you or some bullshit, go ahead and email me at MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. If you want to be part of our mailing list, just say, hey, Mike, I don't want to miss an episode of Mike in the Night. I want to be on your mailing list. Done. MikeMartins1980@gmail.com. And guys, don't forget, viewer discretion is advised. 21 and older. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Fact check and do your own research. 18 U.S. Code, Section 2257 for Mike in the Night. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, so good to be here with you guys tonight. Yes, James Farmer is saying, I heard the government of Canada, Australia, and New Zealand will push government Bible. Yes, you heard right. We covered that last week. And I just had to get a few little insides and little outsides to make sure we got it right. But I'll play that clip for you guys, only a minute long. Someone became a member. Thank you. Thank you, BG, on YouTube, for becoming a member. Thank you so much for supporting the transmission. Yeah, BG, the king. All right. Yes, we are living in a matrix psyop. I understand. All right, quick channel plug, which is really not much of a channel plug, but guys, if you want to buy your boy a coffee, Mike Martins, if you guys want to buy me a coffee, go ahead and do this. I'm going to copy this just for you guys. I'm going to paste it here. Guys, if you want to buy me a coffee, we usually get 1 or 2 coffees a show, And guys, YouTube, guys, we are approaching 120,000 subscribers, and I'm not bragging because we've been in the shitter for the last 15 years. We've been in the shitter for 15 years. Can't even get more than 40 views on a video for 15 years. 2007 videos, 2008 videos taken down. 2008 videos have been taken down from our channel. 22 YouTube suspensions, and we still managed to break free. And guys, don't forget to check our playlist. Look, let's take a look at Portugal for expats, price of food, everything. Philippine adventures, our $7,000 house in the Philippines we built. Conspiracy vaults, we got all kinds of stuff here for you guys. And Mike in the Night past live streams, all kinds of cool stuff. Top of the tiers, Mike in the Night's on top if you guys want to catch older episodes. And all of Mike in the Night, go to mikeinthenight.org, where you can find episodes of all kinds of callers from all over the world, from all over the Commonwealth, from all over the place. Check this out, guys. Check this out. It's really good. We got a lot of good stuff there. Lots of great callers. And Facebook, you could also find us on here. There it is right there, our video. State approved Bible coming to Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. And we did that 4 days ago. And also Instagram, guys. I'm going to give you the Instagram link. If you guys want to call into the show, we use Instagram to call into the show. Okay? Okay. There we go. Boom. Instagram link right there if you guys want to call into the show. Anyone's free to call. Everybody's freely call in and give us their points of views. And guys, TikTok, we got another community guideline violation again. So we got to be careful. This is our fourth. They're going to be our fourth suspension coming up on TikTok. And if you want to shop Mike Martins, go ahead and buy something. Should be a link in the comment section. We never sell anything from this. I never sell anything from this damn store. I think I sold 8 things in like 10 years. So if you guys want to buy something, go ahead and buy a mug or something. And guys, don't forget Dano. We got 6 days left to vote for Dano. Dano's our boy. Dano is a Mike of the Nighter. He's been a Mike of the Nighter for so many years. And he came on the show last week. Dano came on the show last week to thank me that he never took the vaccine. He never took anything. He's like, because he's been watching this show closely and following what our callers are saying, what our guests were saying, what the doctors and pathologists and vaccinologists that came on the show in 2020, 2021, when it mattered, because Joe Rogan is going to tell you after the damage is done that you made a mistake. Russell Brand will come and tell you after the damage is done. That's the controlled information distribution we've been warning you guys about. So they're gonna open up voting in 6 days, 19 hours, and by next week we'll have this open, and you guys can go in and vote for Dano, our guy here from Mike in the Night. All right, let's see who else is. Yes, we are live on Kick also. So BG is says I've been listening since you started Mike in the Nights. I just became a member. You've been right all along. You know what it is, BG? It's not about being right. There's nothing about being right about. It's about the playbook we've been telling you guys about. My 2014-13 video I made when I was living in Vancouver, I was telling you guys, it's all about the playbook. It's about where it's going to go. We told you guys Venezuela. Oh, Venezuela. Ah! I even told you guys in the prediction video, they're going to seize oil, or they're going to seize oil tankers. They're going to go in with a flash team and take out Maduro. They're not going to do that. 8 months later, everything like we told you step by step, how the whole Venezuela thing was going to break down. We told you Hezbollah. We do it with Hezbollah. We told you Lebanon, and all those guys were going to be entrenched in a big battle in the Middle East, and Israel was going to back, USA was going to back Israel in support. We told you guys in 2023, if Trump got elected, how it was going to play out with Israel. Step by step, we told you guys. Now here we are. It's not about being right. It's about this is the way it's going to go. And there's nothing we could do about it. We could talk about it. We could figure it out. We could collectively try to change things, right? So hit that like button, people. Yeah, thanks, guys, in the comments there for being very supportive here tonight on Mike in the Night. So from the previous introduction, who's to blame for destroying Canada? Who do we blame, right? Who's to blame? Was it the Muslims? Was it the Hindus and the Sikhs or whatever, like India? The Chinese? Or was it the Europeans for building the country? Who is at fault here? Who is at fault for Canada being in its massively, like we had Mitch Madden on last week, poorly managed country? Poorly managed country. So somebody mentioned something in the comments that they're right about. So we're going to go to our channel. Made this video a few days ago. Let's go to shorts. Guys, always look at our timestamps on our videos because I get a lot of people accusing me of stealing people's work. And then I send them back the video with the timestamp circled to show that my work is a week, 3 months, a year, 5 years older than the video they sent me. So always, guys, keep in check with the timestamps on when things are made because that's crucial. Because that's one thing I cannot fake here. All right, guys, it's your Saturday prediction video here, and here it goes. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK are going to create a state-approved Bible, right? They want control. They want to control the founding religion that was implemented in building the West. 90 to 95% of the infrastructure around you that you see in the West was built by Christian hands. Okay, now 2 years ago, we told you this was happening in China. The government there doesn't just watch the religion, they run it. State-approved Bible, right? You want to be Christian, fine, but you have to sign up through the state in China. They want to track you, right? And it's called, what was it called? Self-patriotic movement, it was called in China. You can't be rogue. You can't go out and preach whatever you want. You're getting a version that's approved, printed, and distributed under the CCP government control. That's the Bible you got to follow. You step out of line, like people are doing right now in China, churches get shut down. They kick in doors. They shut down the home-based underground churches. People disappear from the system. That's not debate. That's total control. So they're going to be doing everything in their power to implement a state-run Bible, and they're going after the Christians only, right? They're going to do it by what you could say online, what gets flagged, what gets funded, what gets cut off. The C11, C63, all these bills they're passing, we've been warning you guys about. And they're going to start this is another prediction, a fundamental tax, a bizarro tax, to start taxing Christian churches only to make them bankrupt. They creep this in with policies, bizarro guidelines, and for your safety language. Remember the safety language? Come on, trust the science. Trust the science. Remember that BS? We warned you guys about that. And remember, influence turns into enforcement. People will start waking up and realizing they're not in Canada anymore. You're in a whole different game. And in my opinion, I think it's already too late. Because no one listened when it actually mattered and the problem could have been solved before. Now the damage is done. It's all controlled information distribution. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken. All right, so somebody brought that up in the comments, and we just made a video about that not too long ago, so thought I'd bring it up for you guys. Okay, so somebody said, hey, Mike, that's true, Mike. You called it. All of it. I just came from Dabu777777 live stream. Yeah. Rick is commenting here. Rick, where did you watch us before when we were banned off YouTube for 4 years or 5 years? Because we had to jump from Odyssey, then Rumble, and then we got banned off Rumble. We went back to Odyssey, and then we couldn't stream on Odyssey. Then we had to go to DLive, and then we had to go. We were just blacked out everywhere, right? Because we never took sides. Oh, Mike, look what Tucker Carlson's saying. He's one of them. Look what Alex Jones is saying. He's one of them. Oh, America, Trump's going to save the... They're all in this together, and don't take sides, guys. Oh, I see videos of you taking Trump's side about something. Well, I take sides on pro-policy, protecting the people. If some loony from the left came out and said, we're going to close our borders and we're going to make it harder for foreigners or outsiders to come into our country, and he's a lefty loony, well, I want that. That's what I want. Right? So I'm pro-policy, right? So, anyways, all right, let's move it along here. So if you're living in the country of Australia, pay close attention everywhere in the Commonwealth. I don't care where you are. If you're in an English-speaking language, pay close attention. Australia has a committee, a team that they've put together, paid by the government in your tax dollars, Australian tax dollars. How do we dissuade this housing destruction that's coming? Australia is so hell-bent broken with its real estate. Canada's broken. Every English-speaking country has been destroyed by Chinese money laundering. Now, the numbers I got is $1.7 trillion from 2014 and onward from China. 2014 to about 2023, 2024, the Chinese laundered, they're saying 1.6, 1.8. Some people argue it's 2.2 trillion because Canada's 2.4 to 2.6 trillion of Chinese money that went through our real estate, and now people can't afford anything. Now, I'm just trying to make sense of Australia because I think it's 1.6, 1.8. Some people say 1. I've been saying 1.8 trillion in Australia from Chinese dirty money. Now, Australia is putting together a team to how do we deflect the blame from the Chinese? How do we make it look like the white people of Australia are the cause of the housing problem, right? Canada tried to do the whole white people of Canada destroying the housing affordability from 4,000 Airbnbs owned by Canadians, 3,000 or 4,000 Airbnbs owned by Canadians, white Canadians. Okay? So they went after that instead of the 3 million or 4 million empty homes we have in Canada owned by Chinese. They'll never touch the Chinese. And that's why I kept telling Canadians, a man named Mark Carney will come and be your crime minister. That's the only guy that makes sense that will protect CCP assets. Now, Australia, it's bad. It's getting real bad because they've been in a bull market now with their housing since like 1979. Okay, it's seen some minor corrections, but not enough. And wages are nowhere near what the cost. So this is what it's looking like there. Australian housing crisis explained, unpacking the challenges and the Australian property bubble. So there's the crisis. See, they don't insufficient supply. So they're playing the supply and demand thing we've been warning you guys about. They're going to keep doing that, but they're not counting the vacant units across Australia. Market instability, increased homelessness. Yeah, and the increased homelessness are the Australian proper. It ties back to our video that we made back in 2019 that Australians are going to be facing homelessness for the first time in their lives because of housing affordability, right? But they never mentioned the trillions of dollars laundered by. So if this is it, insufficient supply, why is Australia importing in millions of Hindus and Indians coming in, millions of them? If it's insufficient supply, why are they importing 3-4 million Hindus since 2020? Or Punjabi or whatever. Why? You see what's happening here, guys. This is going to be a housing destruction of epic proportions. So it goes into that. And what do we tell you? So Australia fights back against CCP takeover. Housing crisis going nuts down under. Major shift by 2025. We're off by a year here, guys. We're off by a year. CCP money laundering going soft. Australia's housing bubble is deflating 7 years ago. And then they got them back in. They stopped them from laundering money and then they brought them back in. Australia's housing crisis is worsening. Debt ratios, foreign buyers, crumbling prices 7 years ago. CCP immigration destroying Australian housing affordability. 86% of immigrants live in major cities. That was 8 years ago. Major issues down under. China playing bully. CCP money laundering, leaving Australian cities empty. Right? Look, affordability crisis ahead down under as 80% of Australians reportedly live paycheck to paycheck 7 years ago. Right? You will own nothing and be happy. Australia housing history story. People can't buy food 7 years ago. You see where we're going with this? Your country is going to do everything to deflect what the problem is. These countries, Australia, you could fix your problem in a heartbeat. Literally within weeks, you could have your problem solved in your country. But they don't want to. They want to keep deflecting the blame and bringing in more dirty money. And now the governments themselves are doing these projects. We're going to build a bridge. It's going to be $1 trillion to build a bridge. What? Why? It's all London money. All London money through companies that they choose. The governments pick all these bureaucrats to run things. The governments build these NGOs, non-government organizations. They put them all together. And that's how they're destroying. That's how look at this trends in the look at this trends in the housing market. Australia edition 9 years ago. Wow. Wow. Look at this. Get out of Sydney, Australia. Housing out of reach 9 years ago. Australia's debt bomb. Australian proper doomed. If payments go up $109 Australian, Australians are chasing a housing market 8 years ago. Wow. Wow. And governments, again, will do whatever they can to deflect the blame of the true problem of this. And it's all corrupt government systems and propping their economies off of real estate. Right? America's not too bad because America just did it mainly in the blue states of America. California, Oregon, Washington, New York brought in lots of Chinese money, and then a lot of states are still affordable. A lot of states are within reach of wages in America. You just got to look and you'll find. All right, let's see who's here. Okay, we got Rick Resonator in the house. We got Jeff Nugent in the house. Who else is here? All right, we got quite a few people watching the show tonight. Thanks, guys, for tuning in across the platforms. All right. All right, let's see who else is here. We got PDS 10 in the house. Guys, don't forget to message me on Instagram if you guys want to come on the show, if you guys want to call in. I'm getting a ton of people, just reels, like reels from people, of people speaking over other videos all day. See, we can't do that here. If I put a video up and I speak over it, which we try to do a few times over the last 10 years, they take us right. They take the channel down. They strike us down. We can't use. They'll contact the original content. So you know when people they're doing something and there's some courtroom and then someone's talking or some traffic accident and then there's a content creator talking there about what they're seeing and stuff. We do that, we get strike down every time. We can't do that here. They won't allow us to do that. So. Yeah, Ted Nugent's here. We got him here. Yeah. Yeah, people are just using other people's videos all the time. But we can't do that, though. If I put a video of some guy, you know, attacking somebody on the street or something, and I'm speaking over it and showing this problem and telling people this is going to happen, look, what's coming to your town, blah, 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 blah. They take me right down within hours, and then I can't post anything for a week or 2 weeks. So, yeah, KCC is saying, all because, Mike, you're not signed up. Nope. Oh, no fucking way. I will never sell out. No way. I'm happy with the 1 coffee we get a week. 2 coffees a week. And Tio bought me a coffee again. Tio buys me a coffee every week. Thank you, Tio. And let me just email a friend here. Like I'm just responding to his email. I'm just checking his email here. I'm just gonna let him know we are live here. So. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, there's just so much going on. Alex Jones sold out. Now he regrets it. We told you guys, watch out for that guy. Watch out for all these people. No one is on your side. Russell Brand. Russell Brand. Piece of Russell Brand in Portuguese. It's Russell Brand in Portuguese is piece of shit. See, I'm teaching you guys some Portuguese today. See that? Vá pro carai. Russell Brand in Portuguese, vá pro carai. That's right, Mr. Canada. 99% of online content creators are bought and paid for. All of them. Right? All of them. Need money. That's what it's about. Yet you haven't been bought out, so you could do what you want. Our video, they tried last week. They tried taking our Trump and Netanyahu are going to work together invade Lebanon video that we made in 2023. They took it down. I got it back up. I appealed it. I called the lawyer friend I have in Texas. I sent him a screenshot, and the video was back up 2 hours later. They can't penalize me for making predictions and being right. They can't take down a video I made 10 years ago and say, well, Tucker Carlson wants to say this today. Like my video, my CID video. You know what? You know what? You know what? Yeah, why don't we play that? Now we're talking about sellouts here on Mike in the Night. Let's talk about sellouts. Let's talk about sellouts. Let's talk about sellouts. So you're going to go to my channel. You're going to go to playlists. You're going to find a playlist called CID. See if I can find it here quick. Right here. CID, the dangers of controlled information distribution. Controlled information distribution. Now, I've been warning you guys about this for years, and if you look at my second video right here, quickly want to talk about this. This is kind of an, I think this is like what we're getting into and what we're talking about here on the channel. And let me open this up because I believe this is really important that you guys see this. Okay. Read more. Okay. YouTube, let me full screen this for you guys to see. YouTube removed my video from 2018. Mike in the Night, spiritual warfare launched against the world. Governments want our souls for medical misinformation. So the video was taken down. I'll show you the picture. Scroll right and see what Tucker Carlson said today. So there's the video there. So let's scroll right. Watch this. There it is. There's the video. Mike in the Night, spiritual warfare launched against the world. Governments want our souls. Okay. So this was taken down at 11:03 p.m. on the 30th of September. And then so this was out of New York, so out of the East Coast, October 1st. 2023, Tucker Carlson, my video got taken down, and then Tucker Carlson said the exact same thing and took my entire monologue right here. And I explained it here for you guys. East Coast, it's already October 1st, okay? Tucker Carlson warns globalist elite are waging spiritual battle against humanity. And if YouTube allowed me to open this picture, you'll see the timestamp up top of my phone, what time it was, and it wasn't even midnight yet. So what happened was, basically, there was a page taken out of this Mike in the Night here. Literally, a page taken out of this Mike in the Night. Okay? And it was said here in the speech. A good chunk of what we said on Mike in the Night on that episode was basically, it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre that they took down a video from 2018. Okay? If you could open this fully, you could see the timestamps on it and everything. And I have them on my phone saved. And there it is right there. And within minutes of this being posted, my video, I got a notification. I'm going up the stairs. Oh, they took a video down from 2018. What? Why? And then somebody actually went to the link because I posted the link to the video and it was taken down. So it's almost like if somebody says something or want to be on the front line of something, the AI or analytics now will go back and see if it was said before to make sure that somebody gets the front line for it, and just remove they just remove your video. They don't even care. Yep, that's how they do it. They just remove your videos. They don't care if you were first to say things in like clever word salads, discussion pieces. They just remove you. They don't give a shit. Oh, Russell Brand's gonna say it now, right? So something doesn't matter. My best translation. So people are joining us here in the live chat here. Thanks for being here tonight on Mike of the Night. All right, so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for you guys. Controlled information distribution doesn't really mean anything right now, but in 10, 15 years it will, right? And a lot of influencers are here like plague doctors. Remember the plague doctors? We're talking about the Great Plague, old videos we made back in the day, talking about the bubonic plague or the plague, and the plague doctors would come in with those masks, and they were sealed with wax, and try to cure these people with boils and stuff, and that's how I see a lot of these new influencers that mysteriously showed up after 2020 to already tell you what you already know. It makes no sense. Yes, they all sold out. All right. Okay. Vamos para Canada. All right, let's head over to Canada here real quick. We started with Australia. Let's go to Canada. New lawsuit claims former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was caught accessing child pornography by the RCMP. And there's lots of links to go to it. There it is, reasons for claims and details. It keeps going into, here's the Trudeau Kitty Port scandal. Then it goes in, Toronto Star is being sued for failing to publicly reveal that, according to the RCMP and according to the lawsuit, Justin Trudeau was watching kitty porn. And then someone just sued the Toronto Star for not publicly revealing. New lawsuit claims former Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister, was caught. So all these people are all in this garbage. And that's why they want to shut down everybody that's searching for the truth. Canada's rich are defaulting on mortgages at 2 times the rate of smaller loans. And take a look at this graph right here. Woo! Look at this, folks. So here's your $600,000 to $850,000 people defaulting. So people watching this in America, these aren't mansions. 600, 850,000 is a mansion in lots of parts of America. These aren't mansions, folks. These are just tear down piece of garbage homes built after World War. Majority of the homes were built after World War II. So 600, 850,000, and then look at this one, 850,000 plus are on delinquency surge. They are they're losing everything. Again, they're competing with Chinese money laundering, right? So these 850,000 plus homes, you could buy them in the States for $120,000, $200,000. People are paying crazy amounts to compete with Chinese money laundering in Canada. So I just thought I'd bring that one up. And then what did we tell you? Oh, we told you a lot. It's all going to zero and you'll lose everything. Major defaults ahead in Canada. Debt load defaults, point of no return. Major defaults ahead. People will lose everything 6 years ago. Massive defaults ahead. Middle class in trouble. Credit card defaults. White collar job cuts 5 years ago. Government's causing the bank defaults. Bank of Canada messes up again. Gold going up 4 years ago. Oh, Canada's economy is a pile of crap based on CCP money laundering. Massive defaults ahead. Trends in the housing market. More defaults ahead when they raise rates to hedge against inflation 5 years ago. It just doesn't end. And then another headline here. Canadian banks see mortgage arrears surge 89% from record lows. Holy smokes, and here we go. And here it goes, people. There's the roller coaster. You just hit peak right there, 2020. Boom, bring in a bunch of Indians, Hindus. The Chinese launder the money, bring in this big money, and then boom. And then lots of free money here during the pandemic here. Lots of pandemic money. And then boom, there goes your delinquencies. They start to double and triple. And this is from 2014. All these people defaulting here are all Canadians. competing with Chinese money laundering. Too expensive to live. That's why you walk around in a Canadian city, everyone is homeless as Canadian, right? You go down here, boom, free money comes in. We told you guys they're going to shut it down because they're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic in our 2019 or 2018 live stream. It's up if you want to watch it. They got to shut this down. They're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic. And the live stream is up if you want to watch it. And they did. Boom. Pull the trigger on the pandemic, shut it down. And then now delinquencies are going back up. And what did we say? Oh, we said a lot. So, it's just, yeah. Canadian mortgage debt explodes. Point of no return. Massive defaults by 2022 with rate hikes. We were wrong about the date, but Canadian mortgages, backed securities. Here we go. Major defaults by 2025. That was 7 years ago. Canadians to pile on more debt for food and gas and electricity. Watch when they raise rates 6 years ago. Canadians on the verge of losing everything. Canadian mortgage delinquencies rise 24%. That was 1 year ago. Banks will default by 2024. Home worth less than what you bought it for. Well, too bad for you. 8 years ago. So, yeah, we've been on the cutting edge of this, man, for years. We've been trying to warn people, don't buy into this disaster. Oh, but Mike, you bought a house in 2016 or 2017. You bought a house. Why did you buy a house? I left the city. I live in a 2-stoplight town. I kept telling you guys, leave the city. I left the city 3 hours away. Now my $260,000 house is worth $700,000. And I didn't buy it so I could make money. I bought it because I want to raise my family. Holy smokes. And Carney's latest sovereignty wealth fund, just like all other funds. So Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, the guy we told you about, that was going to be coming in 2022, we told you a guy named Mark Carney was going to come. And here he is. He was the Bank of Canada guy. Watch our videos, old videos. We explained this guy and the money laundering. And he brought the money laundering to England. And basically destroyed both economies. And what is this new thing? $25 billion invested over 3 years. For what? For money laundering. They're gonna take a project that costs $4,000. It's gonna be $200,000. And where does the $197,000 or $196,000 go? Oh, don't worry about that. $40 project is coming up, or a $10,000 project, $2 million, and the money gets all cleaned up. Yeah, they're screwing with you. That's what they're doing. It's a huge scam. It's bullshit. And that's the problem. People are delusional. Carney's here to save Canada. Fangolo! The closest Canada's been closest to being saved was when Trump said we're going to take over Canada. Because once the money laundered China, trillions of dollars of money laundering from China, fentanyl from China, farmland owned by China on the U.S.-Canada border, which is a conflict of a big problem for the U.S., big defense problem here. Big security defense problem for America. We warned you guys. America, wake up. Canada's your threat. Not China, not Iraq. Because back then it was Iraq at the time. And we're telling you guys, not Iraq. McCartney. So Canada gets even further gutted and destroyed, and we're in the looting phase now. Watch our looting phase video. Okay? Woo! Yep, banks will go for bail-ins. Will head tax be some sort of be reintroduced? I don't know, KCC. I don't know. Because the head tax was reintroduced in Seattle head tax. And that became a big problem. We covered the Seattle head tax in 2018? I think it was 2018 or 2017. Right? All right, where are we at? All right. Let's just refresh this. We were 3 hours ago. Let's go to 2 minutes ago. Here we go. All right. What we know about Iran's proposal to end the war 29 minutes ago. Watch White House says Iran's new proposal is being discussed 44 minutes ago. 59 minutes ago, U.S. military stops Iranian flag tanker seizing oil tankers. Yeah. Iran offers Hormuz deal without nuclear talks as it seeks a broader buy-in. There's no nuclear talks, guys. Iran has no nuclear whatever. There's nothing there. If Iran wanted nuclear power or nuclear facility or nuclear, they would have had it 2-3 decades ago. Okay? This whole nuclear monster boogeyman in the closet has been bullshit. They've been lying to you guys about this nuclear thing. Go look at our videos over the years about this, debunking this. It's bullshit. Okay? Yeah, and Steve is saying, you notice how no European countries helped out? No. Yeah, Europe doesn't want to get dragged into this war. Tehran slams U.S. legalized piracy on high seas as Washington seizes Iranian oil tankers. And people of Iran are fighting bravely and heroically for their sovereignty, Putin tells RGG. I can't pronounce that. I'm so sorry. So the people of Iran are fighting bravely and heroically for their sovereignty. What else we got? We got some American news here. America. Got some America stuff here. So this is a really got some disturbing, dangerous news coming out of America, and this one's pretty. This one's on. You got to be real careful with this one. Watch this, guys. Trump says Americans must trade liberty for safety. Time to approve FISA warrantless domestic spying. This is the most dangerous thing that he tabled. More dangerous than the war, because once America goes dark, the world goes dark. Once America loses its freedoms, it's game over for the world. The whole world goes dark. I've been warning about this for over a decade and a half now. America goes dark, the world goes dark. Canada becomes a darkened skyscraper, dark age, black and white, old movie. Now, trading liberty for safety, we talked about this over the last 10, 15 years, and the dangers of trading liberty for safety is now being brought up by the current administration because they want it all. President Donald Trump just dropped the bombshell on his own supporters. He's ready to surrender America's Fourth Amendment's rights to so deep states' favorite domestic spying tool could keep rolling. Trump demanded Congress to immediately reauthorize Section 702. We covered 702 on this channel before, of FISA, the warrantless surveillance program that vacuums up Americans' emails, texts, and calls without a judge's approval because the military really needs it. This is very dangerous, guys. Especially, it's dangerous for Americans because once that Constitution gets edited, once that Constitution gets changed, once that Constitution is basically surrendered, then it's game over. It's game over. This is some very, very dangerous information here. This is they're going to lose it all. And you can't get it back. Once this gets implemented, you're never going to get it back. I hope something happens about it. Like I hope the Americans stand up to this and not surrender liberty for safety, because you have your safety. You're allowed to bear arms in America. Canadians, we can't do anything to defend ourselves. Somebody breaks into my house here in Canada and I stop them, and he trips over something, or he gets hurt in my property, I go to jail. And the person breaking in, well, that's okay. You're in Canada. You can do that. Right? So these are really scary times, folks. President Trump says now is the perfect time for Congress to immediately approve the FISA domestic spying. Yeah, right here. Benjamin Franklin. The man on the $100 bill. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Yeah. So, this is not good, folks. Some pretty sad news coming out of America, and Canada will go dark. Canada's dream is to see America go draconian and go dark. Because if it does, then the Canadian government will have their way with us up here. And there's no Americans going to come up here to save us. Especially if us being a major threat to America. The people that were brought in. And we warned you guys. Foreigners are using Canada as a stepping stone to get into America. Video's up from 8 years ago. So, yeah. So here it is. Biden's DHS. So this piece of shit. Joe Biden's DHS protected illegal alien now accused of biting child's face in random attack. So this guy's from India here. Like a fucking zombie movie. Illegal alien accused of biting woman, biting child's face in San Antonio. And we got him here. Photos of him here and video of him doing it. And Canadian news will not publish any of this because he's Indian, right? And if it's a white guy doing this, it will be all over this. If this guy was white and wasn't from India, and he did this, the shit that he's doing, it'd be all over Canadian news. I'm watching this bullshit Canadian news just to take a look at what the fuck these people are talking about. If there's any news out of America or some psycho guy does this, man shoots wife, it's all white people. There's never a black man shooting anybody in America. There's never a Hindu or an Indian causing a crime or raping somebody or a Muslim raping some teen. Never in America, because the Canadian news only picks up the white people that do it and put it on the news up here saying, oh, white, look at this guy in Florida man. I'm like, yeah, he's white. A Texas man, yeah, he's white. They're all white people. But there's never a black man that shoots anybody in America. God forbid. The Canadian news actually shows a black man today tore up downtown Atlanta and shooting 5 people. Oh, we don't get that up here. If it was a white man, then it's all over the news, white man. Yep. Yep. Like this piece of shit over here. Chicago man sentenced for 20 to 25 years for conspiring with ISIS. 1, why can't we see who he is? 2, why is this guy allowed to exist in America? It makes no sense at all. You want to protect America domestically and this and that. Why is this guy even allowed to exist in the country? It doesn't make any sense. Right here. Apple adds age verification to digital ID in wallet. Moves beyond TSA airport checkpoints. So Apple's age verification rollout arrives without fanfare for a reason. And Apple just turned on the next phase of its digital ID rollout. And the framing of the company's support documentation is almost casual. The passport-derived credential in Apple Wallet can now be used to confirm a user is over 18 when creating an Apple account, updating the iOS, adjusting safety settings, or downloading apps rated 18 plus. No press release accompanied by the change, by the way. See, there you go. No press release. And WHO, remember those fucking pricks? Emergency use listing scheme is designed to override national vaccine approval processes while taking no responsibility. So we talked about this back in 2017 and 2018, and we were discussing to you guys about how governments don't get sued when the vaccine kills you. You can't sue the vaccine companies. So governments put a lot of laws in place, and we were covering those laws years ago before all these social media influencers came here to tell you what you already know. Yes. Yes. We were already warning you about this shit. And Bruce Springsteen. Talk about a flopper, eh? Look at this guy. Bruce Springsteen condemns political violence, opens concert with prayer, thanks that the President Trump was not injured in the White House assassination attempt. Now, this is the part I don't understand. Wasn't this guy anti-Trump during the first Trump administration? He jumped on the anti-Trump bandwagon and was shitting on Trump for 4 years. And then, not only that, wasn't this the same fucking guy that said if you don't take your vaccine or have proof of vaccine at the door, you can't come to my concerts? Isn't that the same fucking guy too? I'm just trying to get my lines straight here, because I'm not too sure. Because these people flip-flop all the time, right? And this is controlled information distribution we've been warning you guys about. Yep. All right, guys, you are tuned into Mike in the Night, episode 648. And, yeah, it's so good to be here with you guys. All right, let's see if anyone's going to message me here. People are just sending me reels. I'm just getting reels. Stop sending me reels. Send me a message. Tell me you want to come on the show. Let me see here. I'm going to give you guys my Instagram one more time. Let's see if we can get any callers here tonight on the show. And I don't blame people for not wanting to call in. This is what the Instagram looks like, guys. Got my fat face on there. I'm going to copy that for you guys. And I'm going to put it in the live chat if you guys want to just send me a message. I'll go into unverified, verified. So I'm going to go here and see if there's any hidden requests, which I don't have any. Yeah, I'm just getting garbage messages. Oh, there it is right there, folks. We will... All right, guys. So, guys, I can't play reels on my show. All I get is reels, right? And it's just all these new influencers. I don't know who any of these people are. I've never heard of these people. I keep getting reels from people, like lots of reels. I'm talking, I get 200 reels a day. And I'm like, why are people sending me all these things? I look at the guy. I looked at a few of them. Who are these people? Oh, this is serious. This is not a conspiracy anymore. It's like, we know that. We've known that for 15 years. Yeah, bans are... Dino Bravo saying bans are all bought and paid for too. Yeah, you're right. They're all there to push agendas. All right, let's see if we can get a caller here on the show. Hopefully we can get a caller. You are tuned into Mike in the Night, the voice of the Commonwealth.
It's 3 a.m. in a one-stop town. Neon buzz and the world shut down. Coffee's cold, but the mic's still warm. There's a storm outside and another reform. Headlights roll down Highway 8. Folks still talking about the state of the state. Bills go up, paychecks thin. Feels like a house always wins. But there's a voice on the air tonight, cutting through that pale moonlight. Mike in the night, on the AM line. Truth coming through like a county sign. You can run, you can hide, you can close your eyes, but you feel that moving deep inside. At 3 a.m. when the silence is broken, old guitar and the truth outspoken. No teleprompter, no token, just a man saying I have spoken. Small town farmers, city trees, trying to read through the masquerades. Paper headlines, polished lies, but you can see it in the people's eyes. Granddad said, son, stand tall, don't let fear build your walls. Mama prayed by the kitchen light, said keep your heart strong through the fight. So he turns that dial a little more, like knocking on a closed back door. Mike in the night, on the AM line. Truth coming through like a warning sign. You can feel it shift when the clock strikes 3. like something's waking inside of me. At 3 a.m. when static spoke, an old school fire that can't be.
All right, guys, I can't find anyone to call into the show tonight. Add me, send me a message if you want to come on the show and talk. I got 150,000 people that follow me, so if you want, please help out and just call into the show. If you're on Instagram, call into the show. I'll read your comments for a little while, see if we can get a caller in, and if we can't, we'll terminate the show early, and it's not a problem. We've done it before. If we can't get callers, we can't get callers. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing we could do. And we're not a big show. We're not a big because we're telling the truth. The problem when you tell the truth, you go nowhere. Your conscience goes somewhere. Your soul goes somewhere good. But you pretty much go nowhere when it comes to battling these evil entities that we're battling here. Battling these evil entities that we're battling on a daily basis. Someone's saying they're too mad with the media. Yeah. I get a lot of people, like, guys, if you, like, if I was to call, somebody send me a super chat for $6.99. Oh, Rainy Steps. How you doing, Rainy Steps? I'm doing fine. Okay, like, I'll explain to you guys. I got 194 messages today on Instagram. And if I go to them all, it's not, hey, Mike, are you okay, man? Oh, no, someone sent me a link to my own video. And then I'm just trying to see who else. Like, it's just reels from people. It's just reels. Hundreds of reels. It's just reels. I'm just loaded with reels. Glenn Beck is, I think I remember him flip-flopping a few times too, Glenn Beck. All these guys all flip-flop, they take sides, and then they're wrong, and they jump back, and they've been doing this for years. Oh, let's see here. Let's see, someone sent me something. It's a reel. It's all reels. No one says, hey, Mike, that's bon. Mike, that's bon. You good, Mike. It's just reels. I got nothing, guys. Yeah, people got no attention span. Yeah, but it's just people showing up after the damage is done to tell you what you already know, which is freaking weird. That's the weirdest thing. It's like, my house burnt down today. Damn. And then somebody comes in and says, what happened? My house burnt down. They take a look around. Oh, that wire was loose. You should have fixed that before. It's like, well, where were they? Like, what you could have, yeah. So, tell you what you already know. Yeah, most people don't even know. They see a quick video and send it. But I'm getting hundreds per day, though. Rip Torn's in the house. Dano was on last week. He says, I would go on, but I got nothing to say today. Remember, guys, don't forget to vote for Dano. Voting opens in 6 days. I'm going to give you guys a link again next week so we can go in there and vote for Dano. But, see if there's anybody. Just message me quickly. Let me go to requests. Hidden request. Nothing. Yeah, if there's a lot going on right now too, why? I mean, people could call us and tell us what's going on. Yeah. Let's see who else is here. Who else? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, we talked about Canada's new sovereignty wealth fund. It's just money laundering. We talked about that today. That's just money laundering. If you don't see it by now, I don't know what more I could say. Okay, well, somebody call in and talk about. Let's talk about the sovereignty wealth fund. Again, that's going to be distributed within 3 years. They're going to distribute, what, 25 billion? What was it? 25 or 30 billion in the next 3 years? It's all bullshit. It's layering. Layering. That's how you money launder, through layering. That's why it takes 3 years. Yep. Someone says, come on, gang, it's fun to go on. Mike is a great interviewer. I don't even interview anybody. I just talk to people. I just talk. We just talk here. We had that really good caller in from South Africa last week. Remember him? Ben? I think his name was Ben. Remember Ben from South Africa? That was basically telling us he's a white farmer in South Africa and they're being murdered in South Africa and there's genocide happening in South Africa. That was a good caller last week if you guys want to hear a good caller. Oh, we got Dino Bravo. Yo, Dino, what's up, buddy?
Well, I thought I'd save the show here. We want to hear from you still. So let's get some people calling in. Damn
Well,
it.
the first part is me just yapping, and then after the last 2 hours is just you guys, right? And
Well, that's it. And people got, they got ideas. A lot of people on the show, they have good ideas. Like
I see them in the comments,
followers.
but they don't call in.
I know. It's a joke. Come on, guys. Call in. Forget this nonsense about PDS says you can't hook up with the stupid Instagram. Delete it. Put it back in, man. Let's go. Finish your meal. Let's go.
Someone said that they missed last week's show. Remember that caller last week from South Africa? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. He was awesome. So full of information, eh?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't hear this stuff. It's just like it's like the dark web in a sense.
Yeah,
You don't it's all secrets.
It's all secrets, and we're not being
We're not privy to it.
Yeah.
You talk about the information, how Canada restricts it, and United States restricts information to their people, and that's where they're all brainwashed.
America's in a lot of trouble, Dino. Let's go back to the article. This one right here.
Yeah.
Trump says Americans must trade liberty for safety. This is the biggest cogwash bullshit fucking scam.
Yeah, he's really turned into a meat muppet, that guy.
This is really bad, Dino. This is really, because what's going to happen to us in Canada if America goes dark?
Oh, we're screwed. We're screwed. But I don't think it's going to get dark. I think the people are going to start turning on this cowboy. I think what what little hats want to do is I think they're going to turn their attention to Turkey soon. And then someone was saying about Europe didn't help America. That's all by design, guys. It's all by design.
Dino, did you see my video that Turkey's going to be the new Iran?
Yes, they're gonna go there.
3 months ago, I made that video. That was my prediction.
Turkey's gonna give them all they can handle as well, and then what's gonna happen is once they attack Turkey, the United Nations is gonna basically fold, right? It's because that's part of the UN, and it's gonna cause a big kerfuffle with the U.S. and the U.S. could care less because they don't want to spend any more money in the UN anyway, and they're gonna get rid of it. So that's just all part of the show, right? So I think Iran is there's a lot more dead Americans than people realize. I've heard numbers as high as 5,000 soldiers have been killed, right? Because they're smashing the shit out of their ships. Like that Hood aircraft carrier has just been destroyed. It can't even move. They're getting further and further back because the missiles the technology that the Iranians have is now the Russian and Chinese technology. And it's far advanced. The Americans have never seen that technology, right? Mach 15 missiles and stuff.
China needs Iran to win this war, right? China is in desperate need that Iran wins this war because their black market oil comes from Iran, right?
Well, they sent some ships, and they also have a ship that's supposedly high tech with all kinds of armaments. The Chinese, and they're bringing in oil tankers to Iran to get oil.
Mm-hmm.
That was just I just heard that just yesterday. So and they're going to go right through the American naval blockade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the Americans want to take that ship on because I think they're going to lose. They're going to get smashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all a show though. Like people are saying, well, we're going for Iran. We're going for. Listen, if Iran was, excuse me, so good, and I'm kind of in a sense pulling for them, right? But if Iran was so good, why would they allow the Israelis to bomb the shit out of Beirut,
Yeah.
Lebanon?
Yeah.
Right? Like they should say, okay, we're going to send some missiles and blow up more until you stop. We're having a discussion here. We're trying to get peace. Stop shooting missiles and killing innocent people in Lebanon, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They allowed them. Yeah, go ahead. It's like they're making the rules. Like the Israelis just make up the rules. Say we're going to blow the shit out of them now, and then they started moving in. They started to build properties over people's bodies.
Can you rewatch my 2020 Beware video I made in 2023? If Trump gets elected, how Iran and what was it? Fuck, I mentioned it 50 times. Lebanon are all get involved if Trump got in. That my 2023 Beware video. Rewatch that, Dino. Go to my channel. Go to the magnifying glass. Type in Beware on my channel. That video comes up first from 2023 Mike in the Night, the live stream. Watch that video again. Everything is broken down in pieces how this war is going to break out if Trump got elected, right? Only if he got elected, right? And,
but his whole stance. Sorry, go Karen.
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank real quick here because I just want to thank Sandy Klein for the donation, and Keith for the big coffee donation. So thanks guys for
thanks guys. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and Tio, thanks for the coffee too. So I usually get, again, I don't bring this up too often, but we get 2 to 3 coffees a show, and that's great. That helps pay the internet. It helps pay, I don't know, the electricity. It helps out. Everything helps, guys. Right?
For sure.
We're funded by you guys. That's it. Who funds Mike who's paying you, Mike, to talk? Nobody. Dino Bravo's paying me to talk. All you guys that buy me coffee are helping me.
Well, we try to do our part, right? If everybody would just be part of the monthly show, I think whatever it is, $17 or whatever a month, help you out that way.
YouTube members, like to be a YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube members.
I keep urging people to join that. You know why? The YouTube membership. So then YouTube takes me serious because you guys take me serious, right? So if you do a $1 a month, $1 a month donation, that shows YouTube that you guys are taking me serious, if that makes sense, right?
Yes, I get it, and that's why I did it. It made sense to me when we talked about it, and just $17, $20, whatever it is, if it costs. If 100 people did that, that would help out the show a lot, right?
Big time, huge time.
Yeah.
But let's jump back. I want to jump back to one thing that's been bothering me, Dino, quite a bit. It's been bothering me a lot, actually, is Canadian news bringing up American news, and it's always white people. Local Texas man shoots 3 people. You look at the guy, it's a white guy. But it's never a black guy that shoots 3 people in America. Never a black guy will shoot anyone in America. In Canada. Yeah. If people in Canada watch only Canadian news, you'll only see white people doing destruction in America. You'll never see Somalian, Somalian daycare fraud and shit. Never made headlines in Canada. Never made headlines in Canada because they're Somalians. But if it was white people doing that, or Italians or Portuguese doing that, shit, it'd be all over Canadian news like the Titanic.
Well, look at that bozo in Minnesota there, the black guy that they say got shot, and he looked like he was all a show, a psyop. And they made him out to be so innocent. The guy was a criminal. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just a psyop anyway. It wasn't real, but like a mannequin going into the to the ambulance. It was hilarious watching it. I mean, people are believing it's real. This is a joke.
But think of the mindset of this. Hear me out. You live in Canada, you watch news from morning to night, whatever's happening, evening news, this morning news, evening news, morning news, evening news. And all you see out of America is local California man, local Texas man, local Idaho man, local, and it's all white people. I'm even on the radio. I'm listening to radio news for the weather and stuff, Dino, in my little town.
Yeah.
They bring a guy in Dayton, Ohio, ends up shooting 2 people at a truck stop. It's like, Dayton, Ohio news in Merritt, BC. What the? It was a white man, 5 foot, and they mentioned that he's a white man. It's like,
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't even, I know you have to watch the news to get like little clips here for your show and stuff, but I can't watch it. I'm already, I always think the opposite. Like, it's like your dad told you, whatever the government tells you to do the opposite, right? Don't listen to the government. Don't listen to the news. The news, they showed it in COVID there in 2020, 21. They had on YouTube, they were showing that video where the news was said from all over the world in England. They were using English newscasts all across the States and Canada and England, Australia, and they were all saying the same thing.
I made a news compilation. You remember when that guy, the Joker guy that went into a Batman movie and shot everybody up? Remember that? What was that, 2013?
I can't remember.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
No, I'm just trying to think. It seems like I'm trying to forget a lot of the past.
Batman guy, if you guys remember. So we made a compilation video back then, Dino, of today horror strikes in a theater, and then ABC News today horror strikes in a theater, tonight horror strikes, and it's the same. We made a compilation video, and then YouTube ended up taking it down in 2015 or 16. They took it down because it was copyright breach, right? But we did it way before then, like that whole
a narrative of
if you guys remember that Batman guy that went into the theater and shot up people. He was on a
yeah. Now that I remember that,
he's got really fucked up hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was on a pile of psychotropics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I took the headline from every newscast I could find. Tonight horror in a theater. It's like they took it and it was rebranded like in 50 different stations was covered. Even the radio stations were covering the same thing, the same dialogue, the same metadata.
Well, it's run by just 6 people, all the media in the world, right? So you told me, I remember we talked about it. You said there was 90 something percent of controlled information, these influencers and stuff. And I've been doing even more research. I think it's 99.9. I really do. I can't even watch these people that I used to watch before. I watch you, we go back a little bit now, and I watch that Victor Hugo. I think he's good. He's pretty cool. And that's about it. I can't watch anybody else. Because he tells it like it is. He calls out people too. Like there was a clown that was on a show, and the guy's, just he basically, was totally he was paid off. You could tell he was paid off, and he was, and he got exposed, and he exposed it right on the show live. It was good. Like
it's
these
the
clowns.
people that don't get paid, like me. I don't get paid to be here. I don't get paid to speak to you.
No.
I don't get paid to talk to somebody. And it's been 15 long years, 6,000 plus videos, 1,940 live streams. Right.
Well, you know what happened with Victor Hugo? His past. The reason he got on it was because he was in the Naval Academy, and he saw a woman officer was being raped, and so basically he saw it. They saw that he saw it. And then they started, saying, you didn't see anything. And he goes, well, no, you guys, my oath is to tell the truth. So I tell the truth. And then they took a knife to his throat and a gun to his head one day on the ship. He was on the ship. And they said, we could just throw you in the ocean there and nobody would know about it. Right. It was an accident, or throw you through a jet engine.
Do you know this guy?
and you go. I don't know him. I just know, I watch a show. And
well,
then
why don't you message him and tell him if he wants to come on our show?
Well, why don't you go on his show? That's what I was going to do. I was going to set you up. Why don't you do an interview with him?
These people don't want me on their shows.
No. He'll take you on his show. I guarantee you 1,000%.
Yeah, a lot of these people, I try to go on shows, and then what happens is a lot of people just end up making fun of me and stuff.
No, he won't make fun of you.
No, I don't mind being made. I don't have a problem being made fun of, right? And then it's later on, I'm right. no one's gonna pay me. That's the problem. You see?
No,
Where's my
it doesn't affect him. Like he doesn't care. Like he was on Tucker Carlson, and he exposed him. He
Mhm.
was on well, who else was it? He was on a bunch of
Dude, we
these
exposed
guys.
Tucker Carlson years ago when he
He,
took my whole headline, my whole video was taken down. Remember
yeah,
that I played the video earlier? He took my whole fucking monologue, and then they took my video down from 5 years ago or 6 years ago.
I know,
That video was from
I know.
2018, Mike in the Night, spiritual warfare. It's like what
But
the
anyway,
fuck?
I was going to talk to you about it because I want you to go on this show. I think it would be good. It would be good exposure for you.
Mhm.
So I'll connect with him, and then I will. He'll get you on the show. He even had that. You remember that Jesse Hull guy? Have you ever heard of him? Jesse Hull from Canada,
Maybe I don't know, man.
young guy. He used to interview everybody, and he got they attacked him. So he's off the show because they sued him and stuff for just just not. That's a story and a half. But anyway, he put him on his interview, and then he followed up with him to see what's going on. And
Mhm.
no. So anyway, basically, the story is that he went in front of the tribunal for the admiral of the Navy.
Mhm.
They had a big meeting, and they said that you have to keep this quiet because we don't want this exposure. And he said, I can't do that. So they gave him an honorable discharge, and he left. And then he's from New York, and then he was walking with his dad one day, and then some FBI agent just pulled him aside and said, because he wanted to make a movie about it, right?
Mhm.
And they said, we recommend. The agent said to him, I would highly recommend you don't do that because it could jeopardize you and your family. So he did. He didn't. He said, "Okay, I'm not going to do that." So then he ended up. They basically blacklisted him. Like he couldn't do anything. He started doing art, and he started because he actually exposed the Haiti, the children and all that, and that
Yes, yes,
hurricane and all, yeah,
yes.
he
We were talking
exposed
about
that.
we also talked about that when the Clinton Foundation raised
Hmm.
$17,000 for Haiti.
Yeah. They raised millions, and they
No,
took
they
it
raised
all.
millions, but they only donated 17,000. They built two
Yeah.
homes,
Well,
or
it
they
wasn't
fixed
that
two
nice of
homes.
them though. 17,000.
They fixed two
They
homes.
probably made
Sorry,
170 million, but they gave
yeah,
17,000.
they gave $17,000. Yes.
Right, right. So anyway, what I'm gonna do, long story short, I'll get in touch with them, and then I want you to go on the show. I think it would be really, really good. I think a good exposure for you.
Yeah, I don't know if I want the exposure right now, Dino, because we're in a really precarious situation, right? We're in a really weird, bizarro situation right now, brother. And now with them passing, I have my lawyer friend. I have
Yeah.
a lawyer friend down in Florida. His name is Justin. He messaged me and he said, "Hey, Mike, you know this Bill C-60? I watched your short video on Bill C-63 is coming back and being tabled again."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, what about it?" He's like, "This is major. Like, this is a huge defense or sorry, security issue for Americans. Like, this is a big problem. Like, you guys, like, if this happens, we're not going to know what's happening up in your country. We're going to have to correspond through Morse code. Like, we have no way of we can't go on and find social media or people just talking about what's happening with tax or what's happening with the food, what's happening with Chinese money laundering, and we won't get that anymore. Like, it's going to be dark, and that's going to be major because America depends on little guys like us to give them
Hmm.
little bits of information. Oh, the Chinese are doing that with farmland in Canada. Holy shit. Oh, they're doing this with that. Oh, they're doing that with this bill. What? They're going to shut people down. Wait, they're going to lay off. What? They have subsidies, wage subsidies for Hindu people, but Canadians are not getting hired. Hey, this is a problem, right? So they're starting to see this as a problem. But then if they can't get this information, they're not.
Hmm.
They're going to be blacked out. So my lawyer friend says this is major. He says I can do time in jail for something I said 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's true. No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought about that with your show and that. Like, do you feel even comfortable doing the show anymore?
Well, I don't
With,
mind
with,
doing. You know why I don't mind doing the show? It's because no one knows we're here. We've been here for years, but no one still knows. We're still pretty much below the radar. I know the Raven is watching right now, or people are. Well, we know they got us on the list. They know who we are, but we're nothing. We're like we're still nothing. It doesn't matter how truthful we are or how right we are with our or who we know. It doesn't matter. Nobody knows we're here. So being like below the radar like we have may have been a godsend.
True, true. I, I, I mean, I just thought it would be wonderful that you go on a show because
I
I
would
think
go
it
on
would.
someone's show if they want. Like I spent Dino. I don't remember. I don't know if you remember. That's why you got to come and visit me. The
Yeah,
weather's getting good. I'm pretty much
yeah,
staying put for the year. I'm not moving anywhere this year. I'm just going to be staying put at the house, just barbecuing.
yeah,
You come visit, spend a week or two with me. Come with me to work every day, like to the store, hang out with me. You know what I mean? And then you can
yeah.
see on my back end on the computer what I'm doing, who I'm messaging, and stuff like that. And I'll tell you straight up. I can show you all the emails I sent. I sent over 691 or 692 emails to content creators to come on Mike in the Night, and
Yeah.
nobody cares. Nobody. I got no reply almost, and most people laughed at me and said I was a joke, and that's it.
Yeah.
Zero. I
Well,
got a
that's
20.
that's just it with him. That's with him too. He's a joke too. They all
Oh,
they
so
all
we're two
blacklisted him
jokers
too.
in a pod.
They don't they don't like him. They because he's exposed. Like I guess he's really exposed the what was it called? BitChute.
Hmm.
The founder of BitChute, the guy says, "Oh, we give free speech, like we don't censor, no censorship and all that bullshit." And he said, "Bullshit," because he exposed them and said, because he gave a bounty of $10,000 if anybody can prove that they've been censored on his channel, and he did. He sent it to him, and he still didn't pay him 10 grand.
Whew, 10
Yeah, it's
large.
10 grand. 10 large, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you can,
S-
if you can prove to him that you're censored, your show's censored, he has a bounty of $10,000 that he'll pay to you.
that my show
Like he'll give
censored?
you if your show's censored on BitChute, yeah.
Oh,
And
on BitChute. Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
he's
on
had
BitChute.
shows taken right off. He's
Oh,
had shows taken. I've seen it myself.
okay.
It's a joke.
Speaking of money, I got $20 super chat. I'm ready to go to court with the Liberty Party. Mark Carney is dead. They're using an actor with facial recognition surgery. Check the face of the guy who won the liberal leadership and today's Carney. The actor's DNA is Ukrainian. So hey, I wouldn't put it past this. If these people aren't who they are and they're getting body doubles to replace them so they have continuity of bullshit government, they'll do anything, for continuity of bullshit. You know that.
Oh yeah. Well, we talked about it. Everybody's going on the Pierre, and we keep talking about the
Mhm.
Pierre hype train. He ain't getting in. Like I don't care. I don't care if he's JFK reincarnated. He ain't getting in.
Mhm.
He is not getting in because they want to keep the continuity of the destruction of Canada through the Liberal Party.
Yeah. No
That's it.
matter what.
No matter what, doesn't matter. They could put the Mickey Mouse in there. He still win because it's all fixed, right? And I was going to talk to you about something else too. Is this? I was looking at AI, studying it because this one guy brought up to me. There's agentic AI, and it is quite fascinating because normal AI is just basically ask a questions that gives you information, right?
Hmm.
It's just a glorified Google. But agentic AI, you can actually program it, and it can actually send it to do tasks for you,
Hmm.
and it becomes more intelligent. It learns. It's learning 24/7,
Mm.
365. It's incredible. So I'm actually doing a lot of research on it right now, but
Keep
I'll
researching
let you
it
know
and find
more.
out. Can you find out for something for me? If I
Yeah,
could
go
send
ahead.
out emails to potential content creators,
Oh, definitely you
if they
could.
could program it
Uh,
to do it automatically for me instead of me spending 2 weeks straight emailing me content creators, like me emailing them directly and writing out what I want to tell them and telling them that we may have a couple of good we're on the same boat and I'm not going to interview them. You know what I mean, right? So if
I
there could be a
gotcha. I could
software that
probably
could,
do it myself. Once I figure it out, I could probably do it myself for you. Yeah,
that'd be nice
yeah,
because then this would help out and get more people on. I'm not here to call anyone. I just want to hear what people have to say, man.
yeah. That's what I want to hear. Like, people are probably tired of hearing me. I don't want to. I don't like hogging the time. I'd
No,
rather
no, no.
hear
There's
other
no time.
people's
There's no. It's
opinions.
fine. It's
You
fine.
know,
This
I
it's
just thought
fine.
I'd call in today to kind of keep the show. I don't want you to shut her down after an hour, right?
Oh, well, I do my
So,
headlines. Well, no, no, here it goes. I come in, do my headlines, do my
mhm.
rant, do my speech, go through all the world headlines, what's going on, what people to look out for, and that's it. Then we open lines. Then Mike and I goes into open line mode, right?
No, I
And
got you, but
and
I got you. But like I said, I just called in to keep it going because I don't, I've seen when you've kind of said, I'm shutting her down. I'm going to go talk to my kids, right? So,
yeah, well, no, if
I
there's
mean,
no one to talk
and
to,
that's more
right?
important than us anyway. But I'm just saying that, I want to keep you going there. So I just thought I'd call in, keep it going, and then someone else will call in and get that monkey off, put somebody else on, and
Hmm.
let's go, right? But back to that agentic AI though, the incredible thing is that there's a kid. He's 16 years old. He's been working it. He calls companies and he gets how people have a personal assistant.
Hmm.
This thing
Yes.
replaces the personal assistant. It's incredible. Like you could tell it, okay, I want you to write up my tomorrow I have a meeting and I want to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. Get the information for me, make a little synopsis. I want you to give me a bullet point form. What I'm going to say tomorrow. I want to have this, 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 this. And it searches the net, it'll find it, it'll put it together, and it'll lay right out for it. Say, here it is, sir. Another guy said, I want to be making, I'm going to give you $500 and I want to make $4,000 in a month or
Hmm.
I'm going to shut you down. This thing found ways for him to make money. This thing is incredible. Like I'm sitting there going for real. Like, one guy, like another guy in 2 days, he made 8 grand. Like this agentic AI is like off the charts. I hate all this shit because I know it's going to try to close this in and right into this nonsense that we're talking about with the cities, the 15-minute cities and all that. But people might as well take advantage of it for their own benefit and actually make some money if they're if they can't get it working or something like that. You can actually there's ways of making money through this thing where you can actually stay at home and make money. So
So
I,
Smitty's
I'm gonna.
saying there has to be a different way to call into the show. A lot of people don't want Instagram on their phones. The thing is, I have 150,000 followers on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? Do you know it's so much easier for me with
Okay,
100?
but what's the problem with? Okay, they have Facebook on their phones, right?
Yeah.
Guaranteed, right? They have all these other nonsense programs on there,
Hmm.
and they don't like. Do people really think that Instagram's the only thing that tracks your phone? Like, are they that brain dead? I'm serious.
No, it's
Like,
not even
I'm
that. I don't
sorry.
think
I'm
there. It's
sorry,
just
people.
people want to
What's wrong
limit the
with
number
putting
of
that
apps.
program? Who gives a shit? No, no, honestly, who gives a shit what's on your phone? You're tracked regardless. You know that by 2027,
Hmm.
they're going to make cars. That's why do not buy a car after 2026.
Hmm.
In 2027, they're making a car that it does facial recognition of you, the driver. It monitors you. If you start doing stupid things, it'll shut the car down. It'll pull you over the road. It'll take you over to the road, shut you down, lock you in the car, and the police will come get you.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. And then you're talking about worried about Instagram? Give it up. Like
Hmm.
really, like I said, bitch, all these programs are tracking you. They're all tracing you. They're all monitoring. That there's Project Pogo and Project Zephyr. I mean, look into it. Project Pogo,
Yes, I looked
Project
into Pogo.
Zephyr,
I think I
right?
made.
They're
Didn't I make a
tracking
short
you.
about Pogo recently?
Sorry,
Didn't I make a short about Pogo?
I don't recall you making a shirt about Pogo.
I
No,
remember
because
making a short
that
about Pogo and the tracking systems,
yeah.
um, back end
But I know
tracking.
you did. I know you did before. I know we talked about it. You did
Okay,
before,
okay.
hundred
I
percent.
remember
Yes,
that. It just,
because
yeah,
they killed that one guy that was talking all about it, right, years ago, in the
yeah,
'90s. They
yeah,
they
yeah.
knocked him off, right? But this is another thing that Victor Hugo talks about. He goes, "There's Project Pogo, Project Zephyr," and he calls a lot of these shows, not obviously not yours, but a lot of these shows are called honeypots. Like and then like that bozo Jones,
That's
that's
what
a
the Raven.
honeypot,
That
and
hold on a sec,
and
Dino. Dino, hold on a second.
sorry,
Hold on 1 second.
yeah.
That's what the Raven's been calling our show for over a decade. We're a honeypot of information. That's what he calls us. The Raven has been calling us a honeypot, where they come
No,
and people
no,
get.
no, because you're not an FBI agent.
Oh, okay. So
A
he's
lot, a
he's.
lot of these people, a lot of these people
Oh,
are CIA agents, plants. That's what they're getting paid. They're actually
oh.
CIA, like Tucker Carlson's CIA. His family's CIA. So he's
Okay.
wrong on that. He's 100% wrong. You're not you as far as people like myself that are believe the same beliefs as you, and we believe that the government's nonsense. Yes, it's to some degree. We they check in on us and they watch you and me, and they're hearing our conversations. They're going, oh, okay, we gotta mark these guys down, right?
Hmm.
But with the honeypots, like there's a show called what's it called? Something about Jews. Anyway, they knock down Jews, right?
Hmm.
They are Jews themselves,
Hmm.
but they knock down the Jews, and then people call in or people write in or whatever they're all, yeah, those bloody Jews. They're marking that all down. They're tracking it all.
Yep.
They're
It's
they're
like
going to nail them for anti-Semitic bullshit, right?
it's like
That's a honeypot.
okay, it's like the churches in the South. A lot of churches in the South where black churches were being racial hate crime of people spray painting hate against black churches or whatever in the South, and then if they found out it was black people that was doing it.
Yeah, yeah. There's a guy that the Victor Tax is this reverend some bullshit. This guy's just a total agent, getting paid tons of money. Who knows? And he's spreading this nonsense gospel to his well, brainwashed peasants, I call them,
Hmm.
and he's being paid to sway people into a belief, and this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy the United States from internally in. It ain't with military.
Hmm.
It's with the brainwashing that they're putting in the schools and all that stuff, these CIA agents that act not you, but they're similar to you, have shows, and they bring people in. I've noticed that now that he's
And they
brought
have
that up
huge
to my
followings in
attention.
such a short time, right, Dino? Like they
Oh
just show
yeah,
up.
they grow, and they have infinite funding. Like, how
Yeah.
do they get to do all this stuff?
Hmm.
How do they get to, oh, I'm in New York City and I'm flying to Boston, to Chicago, Boston. How you doing all that, man? You're making what? What are you making? You know, like there's another guy that I was watching before. Now he's going to run for government for the governor of California.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, so he's one of them,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And he's got money. Oh, I'm a contractor. I make good money. Bullshit. You're making money from the government. They're paying you off to go and sway
U.S.
people.
aid is a big deal too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Seven
That's
thousand
that.
and one, 7,001 Canadian influencers are getting paid with American tax dollars from U.S. aid. 7,001 Canadian
Yeah.
influencers since 2020, April 2020, are receiving funding from U.S. aid. But a lot of these influencers don't realize they're getting funding from U.S. aid. U.S. aid approves them through AdSense through YouTube. And then,
Okay.
oh, we like this guy. He's doing this. We like this guy. Let's fund him. Let's fund him. But they don't really notice they're getting all this AdSense money. Like, whoa, I'm doing so good on YouTube. I'm making 10 grand a month. But they're getting paid through U.S. aid. American tax dollars are paying 7,001 Canadians for bullshitting them. And then
They're just
Australia, there's like
stooges.
1,800 in Australia. And then in
Yeah.
America, there's like 30, 40, 50,000 people getting U.S. aid, right?
Jesus. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the stuff that goes on, but these like channels like YouTube, they're tracking people. They were created. Facebook was created for Project Pogo, Project Zephyr. These are all honeypots to track the people and see what they're saying. That's why these people that put their whole lives on Facebook and that. Look at Mary. Look at she's walking now and everything. Don't post that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't post your pictures of your kids on there. They can actually track where your kid sleeps in your house
Mm-hmm.
by pictures,
Yep.
right?
So
And
someone's
I know
saying
that.
Boobies is saying these shows are popping up everywhere and never get shadow banned.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, how many times you get your show knocked down and you had to reboot and everything, and just
Oh,
nonsense.
getting permanently banned from platforms and then having to go back and going back and going to other platforms and then not getting a stream key and then get kicked off that one 2 weeks later, then going to D Live, you know?
Yep. Oh yeah, we were bouncing around everywhere. That's why I have to tone it down because I'd probably have your show kicked off right now.
So RC Lemaroo sent me a $5 super chat. Says, government bureaucrat gangster network working girls, you're all going to jail for the takedown of America, Canada, and the entire Western world. Yeah.
Some of that stuff about, you're going down this, that. You know what? They can't arrest everybody, and they could try, and you hear all this
They
bullshit
don't
about
have the
camps and
manpower.
this, that. They don't have the manpower. And I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people that do have pews, and they have just they'd resist it. It's not going to happen. I know that there's a lot of there's very few of them that are controlling a huge population, right? So what's their number one thing that they can use? Fear.
Hmm. Well, fear
Fear.
is the key.
Fear is the key, right? So if you're afraid, they always say, don't be afraid. You have a higher belief in a higher God. You should believe in, obviously, that.
Hmm.
You shouldn't be afraid of anything as long as you have faith, right?
Hmm.
And that's the thing that should drive people. And people, I don't believe in God, this, that. That's great, but you should not have fear. Uh, strength. The adage is strength in numbers, and they can try doing their shit like they're trying to erect all these cameras and all this stuff. I love what these other countries are doing. They cut them down as fast as they put them up. Like, it's hilarious.
Hmm.
Here, they let everybody, like, these. They got all these towers. Look at the cell tower. It's not a cell tower.
Hmm.
That's a basically a microwave. They're sending crap. People are feeling the shits now. They go, I don't know, I just don't feel good. I don't feel myself. Well, then you look and you see this stupid tower is erected not too far from you. What do you think that tower is doing?
We were covering that in 2018, 2019. I think the videos, the Mike and the Knights, are still up from then. Still up.
Mhm.
About talking about the 4G, and we're talking about the coming of 5G was coming.
5G, yeah.
We're talking about that, but we were on the 4G still, and we're talking about the detrimental damage of the 4G waves. And then now 5G was introduced, and then, heck, I was watching the Mike in the Night 2017 live stream that we did. That we're talking about Agenda 2020 is coming in 2 years.
Yeah.
In 2020, Agenda 2020 is coming. We're talking about Agenda 2020 is going to be coming, and that's now. Look at it fast. Now Agenda 2030 is just down the road now. It's like, holy smokes.
Take a look at your schools, your kids' schools, high schools, elementaries.
Mm-hmm.
And they erected these towers not too far from there. Go look.
I did. There's nothing around my
in
kids.
the schools.
Well, they have one in my town, but it's too far from the school.
Okay, but then they also in the school. When they shut down 2020, when they shut everything down, they started erecting all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They went into the schools. They put all kinds of shit in there. There's another guy I watched that he's actually pretty sharp. He's a pretty good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was tracking it all. He was telling people, warning people. They shut everything down. Then why'd you see all these telecom and this?
Who was covering it for us? And Mike in the Night, who was covering it for us back in 2020, 2021? When who was covering? Guys, can you message me? Let me know who was covering, because they sent me images, photos of all the towers that were being erected all over the city, and they were sending us photos of all the towers. Oh, I know who it was. It was Kalen, who passed away. Kalen. God rest his soul.
Yeah, God rest his soul. He knew what he was talking about.
He was sending us photos of all the towers during the lockdowns being erected, and he was looking at the power setup. He was going to talk and interviewing the people setting up these towers. He was there. He was sending us photos of all this stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a fallacy too on telecom anyway. Like, the cell phones and stuff. I don't believe it. It's all in cables.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in cables. It's not in the air.
No, there's no satellites. The satellites are all, if they have a satellite, they have it up for show with balloons being propped up by
balloons. It's helium balloons holding it up. Yeah. Those aren't real. Like, you stop and think about it. Like, you don't stop and think, like, even this moon bullshit.
Oh, I was going to ask you to bring that up again one more time. Bring up the moon bullshit. We're on the other side of the moon bullshit.
Oh, frick. That stuff's such nonsense. What did it take him, 5 days to get up there?
6 days, 5 days.
Fuck off. What, did they put a Chevy 454 with a blower on it, or what? What the hell they got in there? Like, give it up. People are so stupid, man. People believe, when you really stop and think about it, I love it. I remember when I was a kid, and then they were talking about who was that bozo, the president there at the time. Was it Nixon? when they went to the moon the first time, or he claimed the first time? And
Uh,
he has a rotary phone with a key with a wire. I go, fuck, that must be a long wire that's going up there. I was thinking to myself, how the fuck did they communicate?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they didn't have the technology that far away. I'm just
We don't
thinking to
even have the
myself, how
technology
stupid are
today.
people?
We can't call the other side of the moon right now. We can't. You know how much interference and frequencies through the Van Allen radiation belt and all the other garbage in between? We have to get a
Yeah.
line, like to get a cell or a direct cell line.
Hey,
Hard.
did you hear the problem they had with the toilets too? They
What?
froze, so they had to flip the thing over. So they had to get the sun on the side to defrost the toilets. Who believes this shit? Really? You got to be fucking brain dead.
Yeah.
Like you should be in a padded room if you believe that. Really.
I don't know what to tell people or what people need
I
to
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know how they believe it. It's just nonsense. The Van Allen belt, the firmament, whatever. You believe it or not, like they ain't getting through there. Okay, like even when you see this, the rockets go up. If you notice, they go straight up and then they start veering right away,
Right away, they start veering.
and they're going. They're going to go land in the ocean. That's where they go. You know, and then everybody thinks that, and they look so like this last crew or whatever the hell, the actors I call them. You look at them, they don't even know what to say. Like they're just like they're going, we have to lie now. So how do we do this now? Trying to look serious and real,
Mm-hmm.
and they know they're lying, right? And like someone brought up to me, he goes, why do they have Hollywood stars? All these the moon boys,
Mm-hmm.
they all have Hollywood stars because they're all actors. It's not real. It's all bullshit. Who
great.
believes this stuff? Really? I was a kid and I didn't believe that they got to the moon.
Oh,
I
we were
honestly
already in
swear.
grade school. We were questioning it in grade school.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, I'm old, quite a bit older than you, but I said like, Nixon's got a rotary phone and he's talking to him. Really? Like, give it up. Fuck. How dumb are you? How dumb are you? Holy fuck! I thought, geez, they must have a lot of cable.
Ugh.
Nonsense. All right.
Yeah, I'm good. At
Okay.
this.
Well, hopefully a Kickstart and get some people calling.
All right,
here,
let's get some
'cause,
people. We got what, an hour and 20 minutes left in the show. Let's see if we get some more callers in, guys.
Yes.
I would appreciate your support, guys, to call into the show because it's supposed to be a call-in show. We're supposed to get guests, and I find it impossible to get any guests on. But still, I'm talking about guests like other guys, content creator guys.
Yes.
Impossible.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna get a hold of Victor. I'm gonna tell him that one way or the other, you go on his show, he goes on your show.
Sure.
I think it'd be better if you go on his show. But let's see. I'll contact him. He takes anybody. He doesn't care who it is.
Okay. I
He's like,
appreciate that.
you have brilliant ideas and ways, and that you and him actually think a lot alike. And he likes to take on the little hats a little more than you. You don't bring that up, but he does that a lot. He calls it the Jew United States of United States of America. That's what he calls the United States, but because they are run by the Jews, they're not run by the Americans. Don't run, like Trump does not run anything. Netanyahu runs everything. So
Yep.
But anyway,
watch
I
my
don't wanna
Beware
get into
video,
that.
Dino. It's called Beware. Go to my channel, type in Beware.
Beware. Yeah.
Watch that
Beware. I was
video of
gonna
the
ask you.
2023 Mike in the Night clip. It's from the live stream. Just watch that clip, please. Please.
I will do it, and like I said, we'll have to have a talk.
Thank you, brother. And come and see me
Take
too.
care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. I'll plan that, and God bless you and your family and all the listeners. God bless
Thank you,
everyone.
brother. God bless.
Take
Bye.
care. God bless.
All right, that's Dino Bravo here on Mike of the Night, Canada's strongest man here on Mike of the Night. You're tuned into Mike of the Night, April 27th. Sorry, I got the wrong. Do I have the wrong? Oh my God, I have the wrong. Oh my God, I got the wrong date on the show there. Is that 26? Oh God, I put the wrong date. All right, no worries, guys. What is that, April? Oh God, I got the wrong date. Oh damn. Let me fix that right now for you guys. April 27th. That's why someone asked me if this was a replay. There we go. Boom, 27th. Monday, April 27th, 2026, week 18 of the year. Week 18 we're in of the year. All right. Rock and roll. Let's go to let's see if we can find another caller here for Mike in the Night here.
The voice of the Commonwealth.
straight out of mirrors. Crazy.
I want to send a special shout out to BG. Thanks for the coffee, BG. Thanks, Keith, for the coffee. Thanks, Sandy, for the coffee. And thanks, Tio, for the coffee tonight on Mike in the Night.
Podcaster named Mike Martin from the show called Mike in the Night. 3 in the morning and the city still breathing. Truth on a mic while the whole world's sleeping. News ain't real, man, the script's been written. Mic on the air and the signal ain't hidden. From the coastlines out to the prairie towns. People tuning in when the sun goes down. No suits, no script, just a mic in a fight. When the clock hits 3, it's Mike in the Night. They try to mute it, try to shut it tight, but the truth keeps running through the wires at night. Street level talk, no polished promotion, just the raw voice of the Commonwealth spoken. Mike in the Night, hear the broadcast roar, truth on the line like never before. 3 a.m. and the system's in sight, voice of the Commonwealth. Mike in the Night, Mike in the Night, cutting through the smoke, no safe lies, every word gets spoke. From the streets to the satellite height, voice of the Commonwealth, Mike in the Night. Government papers and midnight deals, backroom whispers, spinning the wheels, but the people still watching, they reading between every headline flashing on a glowing screen. Radio waves cutting straight through the lies, late night signal, opening eyes, no filters here. When the words ignite, it's the underground hour, Mike in the Night. Truth move fast when the silence breaks. One microphone in the whole world.
All right, guys, we got nobody on the line. We got nobody. Yeah, it's dead tonight, guys. It is totally dead tonight here on. Oh, okay, we got a caller in here. All right, well, here we go. Hello, you're live on Mike in the Night.
Hey, Mike, what's going on, brother?
Not much. So what do you got for us tonight? We're lacking callers tonight.
Yeah, I've been busy here doing some stuff. I've been listening though.
Good. Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, a couple of things. I was listening to Dino there, talking with the moon landing. I was laughing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny. Pretty funny what they try to sell the public, eh?
It's control and power, right? Oh, these guys can go to the moon. Don't mess with them. Right? If you have the if your country has the technology to get to the moon and walk on the surface and plant a chair and watch TV on the moon, you're powerful. Other countries, like poorer countries, would see that and say, "Whoa, don't mess with these guys. If they can get to the moon, we're in trouble." You know? So.
Yeah. Don't know if you know about the human trafficking pandemic that's
we've been covering
happening.
that for years now, on and off. We were covering the whole Epstein thing back in 2019, before he even went to jail. Like, we're talking about this before, and we were going into the whole human trafficking hub in different parts of the world where transits. We were going into flight logs with transit stops in certain parts of the world to pick up children, right?
Yeah.
So we've been on that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking more local, like, because I'm here and I work in Toronto, living outside of Hamilton there.
Mm-hmm.
The Niagara region, like, I was reading an article there last year, 25. I think they saw a 700% increase in the Niagara region.
Oh wow! So like Buffalo, New York, Buffalo, New York, Niagara region, like. Area.
Yeah, that's just on the Ontario side there. Okay. Like Niagara, Thorold, Welland, St. Catharines, all Grimsby. Like it's a huge problem over there.
So we're talking about child trafficking or human trafficking, because there's lots that's going on and
so that article that I read, the 700% increase, that covered child sex crimes, human trafficking, anything pretty much related to children.
Whoa, that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
so hard.
Like teachers, like I'm seeing articles like weekly here. People are in the St. Catharines courthouse for crimes they did a few months back. Like, this is, you know what I mean? There's a guy here, local to Niagara region. Shout out to Bam Bam. Andrews, the pedo hunter.
Mm. Yeah, I like seeing those guys when they set up arrangements and then they meet up with these people in public places, right? And then they make videos with them and calling them out. That's good stuff too. Those people, man, I give my thumbs up to those guys that are.
Yeah, God's work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty much fucked in Canada, big time. Like there's no escaping it at this point. Everybody should just be preparing and, getting their ducks in a row for whatever's coming.
Something big is happening, majorly
Yeah.
big, and especially when I don't know if you watched the beginning of the show where Trump is saying, "Let's trade some of your freedoms, right, or your
Yes.
liberties for protection."
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
big
Benjamin
hogwash.
Franklin.
That's death on a stick, brother. That's death on a stick. It's game over. Like,
Yeah, so they're trying to disarm Canadians, right? First, it's they're making all those 1,500 guns banned. The amnesty period is now done.
Mhm.
So pretty much, if you still carry a gun that's prohibited, right? I don't know what Big Gary said. 10 years in jail or something. I don't know.
But if you rape a child on a baseball diamond field on broad daylight and people catch it on camera, depending on what
they're
skin
walking.
color you are, you'll be getting off, right? And
Oh yeah, for sure.
and it will never make headlines. Are you noticing this too? Like maybe I'm just losing my mind here. But every time we're getting American news, local, like I talked about with Dino about this, local Texas man, local Florida man, local Wyoming man, local,
Yes.
it's always white people. It's like the
Yes, I
black
know.
people do nothing wrong in America. No Hindus, no Chinese, no Latinos. They're great people. It's always white people. So when you're watching it from the Canadian perspective news, it's like, wow, why are all these white people destroying America? But they're only broadcasting like from Dayton, Ohio the other day. Like it's like a white man. It's like
There's a war on Christians, Mike, and that's just the way it is, right? I haven't heard one thing on mainstream media or news coverage about Nigeria. Thousands of, beheadings,
Mhm.
and it is just sad. It is very sad. I grew up here in the 90s, right? And it was a good childhood back then.
Oh, it was European.
Right, and I've
You were in
seen
the Niagara region. Were you? What region were you? Were in the Hamilton area there, GTA? area?
Hamilton. Yeah, my mom is from Azores,
Okay,
San Miguel.
So you're Portuguese. So
Yeah.
So yeah, but you when you grew up in Canada, you grew up around the time I grew up in Toronto, and that was the European expansion, and it was the little Italy, little Portugal, little Greek.
Yeah,
right?
that's where I
it
was born.
amazing.
I was born at the Toronto Women's Hospital, right? I think that hospital is now shut down or moved.
Okay.
So I was raised in Toronto till 5 or 6, and then we moved to Hamilton.
Okay.
Right. So.
But yeah, that was.
And now
good.
I'm building the buildings.
Yep.
Right.
well, who's gonna build them? The Chinaman's not gonna build nothing, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna no. Here's how Chinaman works. You go build the building, and then Chinaman's gonna bring in more Chinese
Go
people
work for it.
to go work in that building. But your kids don't get to work in that building. That's for Chinaman to work in there. And then outside the building, it's all white Canadian people asking for money.
It's sad.
It's
It is sad.
bullshit. Yeah. Imagine this happened in China. You go into a Chinese bank or a Chinese government, whatever, and it's all white people inside the bank in China. It's all white people in there. And then you walk outside, it's all Chinese people begging for money. What do you think the Chinese people are going to do? They'll fix it. Oh, they'll fix that problem real quick in a heartbeat. So.
Yeah. Right now I'm tied down here with a mortgage and a house, right? So can't.
I hope you bought it the right time. I hope you bought 10, 15 years ago, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you bought long time ago, you're fine. But if you bought in the last couple of years, oof, you're on that money laundering, bidding war, artificial shortage bullshit we've been warning everybody about for all these years.
And you know what, Mike? I just came across your. I just started following you probably in the last year and a half, 18 months, I'd say.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, it's to be honest, when we purchased the house, I wasn't aware of that. Right now it's just, fully regret, and,
A
just got
lot
to
of people.
persevere and prepare pretty much.
I got emails from everybody all over the world of my Australia. China's taking over Australia with bidding wars. People from New Zealand messaging me. People from all over parts of Canada saying, I wasn't aware of this Chinese money laundering. I watched your video from 2018 or 2016. You're telling everybody what's happening and how your house is worth 10 times overvalued than what it's worth through bidding wars and artificial shortages. But why do you think Mark Carney came? Mark Carney came in to protect Chinese communist interests, like we warned everybody.
Yeah.
That's what he's here for. He's here to protect the Chinese fentanyl, and he's here to and this is one that hasn't gone out yet. This one has not gone out yet, and it's going to come out in the next couple of months, and you've heard it from me first. It's the Chinese-owned farmland on the U.S. border. In a couple of months, that's going to start making headlines. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Vajva.
The cop shops too, right? The Chinese cop shops that they got here.
We covered that too. And we covered the 3 in upstate New York and the 2 in suburban Washington State. I even had someone from an alphabet, I think the CIA, contact me and asked me how I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
They contacted me to ask me how I knew that. And the Chinese balloons too. They even contacted me and asked. I told everybody 6 months before, there's going to be these balloons. These are going to be this color. They're going to have a stripe on it. There's going to have a number on it. This is going to look like this. They're going to have a yellow thing on it. And they're going to be coming out of China, and they're going to be in our skies in the next 3 months. Nothing happens. 3 months later, everything like I said, and I described the balloon to a T. And then I had people from the, Department of Defense agency contacting me, asking me how I knew this exactly. They think I'm a Chinese spy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what you got to do now is did you buy your home to raise your family and just live through it and just do your thing? Or
That's right. Yeah. So we're slowly renovating the house as well.
Okay. So you bought it to live in, right? So if you bought it to live in, don't feel too bad if you bought it the wrong time. Don't feel too bad. Just think of it as you have a place for your family to live. Like me, I bought my house in 2016 or whatever it was, but I left the city. But I bought my house to raise my family. I didn't buy it to make money, right?
Yeah.
Or make equity or some bullshit like that. I just want a place for my kids to lay roots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you had when you were growing up with your family, right?
Yeah.
So you're building. What are you building?
Yeah. What do you mean, for work or at home?
Work. What are you doing for work?
So I'm in high-rise precast. So we erect the outside walls of like condos or Amazon buildings or shit like that, like big concrete precast walls, tower cranes, mobile cranes.
Are you noticing empty units? Like when you build them, they get bought up by Chinese investors and then they just stay empty.
Well, yeah, we're in there, the windows go in there in between the precast panels. So we're out of there before, the Sparkies or any other trades before they start framing the walls or drywall goes in.
Oh, so you actually do the major laying the groundwork.
Not the forming concrete, but the outside walls.
Well, that's very important. A very important part of the structure. So, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, because if you go back to old trends in the housing market, we had a guy that came on the show, says his boss, a Chinaman, buys entire towers in Toronto by Lakeshore. He would buy like 85 units in a 100-unit tower and just leave it all empty. And
wow.
Yeah, this guy owns more towers condo unit individual units than anyone else probably in all of Canada. I think he owns 6,900 units now in Canada. All empty. Yeah.
There you go. And they want to say that we're causing the housing crisis with a few Airbnbs or Verbos or whatever. Yeah, give me a fucking break.
They're gonna blame the Christian white Canadian. The people, you know this, and I know this. I've told you this in videos. 95% of everything built in the West is by Christian hands. 95.
Yep.
All Christian
for
hands.
Sure.
You have co-workers, that Guatemalan co-workers. You have Cuban, not really Cuban, but probably Guatemalan, Mexican, Honduras co-workers that work really hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those are the ones that are targeted by the immigration to kick them out. The people that build the country.
Yeah.
Where were you in 2006? Do you remember 2006 clearly?
2006, I was in Hamilton. I would have been 14.
Okay, 14.
So yeah,
Do you remember the Portuguese deportations when they were picking up all the kids at the high schools and vehicle road blitzes and deporting Portuguese? Do you remember that?
no, I don't know. There wasn't much of that going on in Hamilton. Because to be honest, the first time I heard of it was on your show whenever you started talking about it months ago, or
Yeah.
you've mentioned it before.
Okay, because that was a really big thing in Toronto, a really, really big thing. Archbishop Romero Catholic School and over at St. Mary's High School, they would hold back all the Portuguese kids and wait for the parents to come in to make sure they're allowed to be in Canada. And
Yeah, so my mother remembers that because I brought that up last time I saw her.
oh, and she confirmed that I'm not making it up.
Yeah, no, she does remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
And my mom is turning 70 this year.
Okay. And she remembers what I'm talking about. Yeah, because this was a pretty
Yes.
big deal. And then I made a prediction video that if Trump gets in, he's going to do and I said, Americans, take a note from Canada on how to deport your country. So hold the kids back at the schools, go to workplaces where they would be working, go to do vehicle road blitzes, go do all this stuff. And then a year later, Trump wins and does exactly what we told them in our video. The video series is up as how to deport Americans, how to deport half your country, the Canadian style. And I took it from the Canadian way on how we were treated. The Portuguese were treated in Canada in 2006, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up because you told me you're from the Azores. You might remember that, but you did clarify your mom remembered it. So good.
Yeah, my mother does remember that. Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
So,
because they're trying to erase all the articles I have from that time, dude. From the Sunday Sun, Toronto Star, the Hamilton. It wasn't the Hamilton Post. It was the Globe and Mail. I have the links. But they're all broken. They don't go anywhere.
yeah, I was gonna say I did a quick Google search there, and I didn't find any information
Nope.
on that 2006.
Nope. You won't find it. It's all gone. If you watch my video, I have a video up that I made. AI actually broke down all the vehicle road blitzes, all the different schools that were involved, all the stuff, all the different stuff. AI broke it down. You go back to AI today, it says that never happened.
Really?
Yep, it's gone. You know why? There's a little secret why. Because 706 Canadian citizens were deported back to Portugal. 706 children that were born in Canada to Portuguese parents were deported back to Portugal.
Well, I could have been one, I guess.
Well, no, but depending on what area you were in, like you said, or you were in Hamilton's a little bit
Yeah,
different, right? But,
Right.
But they were deporting Canadian citizens back to Portugal, and that's how bad it was. And then when I try to explain to Canadians that this happened in Canada too, what Trump's doing with ICE, they look at me like I that's bullshit. Canada will never do that. I'm like, yeah, keep living in your little brainwashed little perfect world, you know. So
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you something. Are you noticing in your area, are people pro Carney there? Are they
Mm-hmm.
love Mark Carney, or are people awake there where you are?
In my town,
Just around what you see when you're out and about. What do you notice? What are you noticing?
I'm seeing I still see a lot of fuck Trudeau flags
Okay, good,
and
good.
stuff. So right, those are older flags and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, no Carney merchandise. I don't see, any of that stuff. But I don't know. Things have changed drastically, especially Toronto, right? I'm there every day. The traffic is just, driving
Horrendous.
downtown Toronto.
Do you know why the traffic is horrendous in downtown Toronto? There's a reason why. It's because a lot of people don't live in Toronto anymore. They can't afford to live in Toronto, so they have to drive to Toronto. And that's the problem
Right.
they're having.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, like each year, how many more people are getting their G2s and G licenses, right, in Ontario
Mm-hmm.
and getting cars. So it's just influx of people, right? The immigration is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Is your area turning into Africa or Saudi Arabia or China? Like, were you living in Hamilton? Are you noticing a transfer? Because I spoke to someone in Winnipeg. They said their area is complete. It's Africa now, where they live. It used to be all Christian Europeans, and they're telling me that it's turned into Africa, right?
No, I'm not seeing that, but did a job in Brampton there not too long ago, and that's, you know,
India.
anybody that knows that town, you don't need to say much more than that.
Yeah, it's a little
All
India,
right.
right? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's transformed huge. It's transformed huge.
Mhm.
Guys, I have a video here. It's a pretty interesting video I wanted to share with you guys. I made a timeline video for you guys from my yearbook series on the YouTube channel, and it shows Brampton, Ontario, 1982 to 1987, I think it is.
Mhm.
And in the videos, the video is showing images from like what Brampton was, and it's really sad what it's become, because when it was, so guys, here is the link here. Here's the video series, tips for deporting illegals, how to deport migrants from America, Canada style. The playlist is up, and there's videos going back 5-6 years on that. Really good one. And then if you go to our yearbook here, right here, I got images for you guys of what Brampton, Ontario used to look like back in the here it is. No, that's Toronto, sorry. Brampton, Ontario, 1981 to 1989. This is what Brampton, Ontario used to look like, people, back in the day when it was part of Canada, right? So, anyways, so what else are you seeing? Are you seeing a slowdown in work, construction work?
Yeah, there was a lot of layoffs in my sector. The two biggest companies of precast laid off a bunch of guys, I guess.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the building industry is going to eventually slow down. We can't keep building units and keep them empty. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We
Yeah.
can't keep doing that. It's not going to work. Canada built its economy on real estate and Chinese dirty money. We can't compete with this. We're not criminals. Me and you, we're not criminals. So we don't have that kind of money to compete, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem with Canada. That's the Canada sold out to the highest bidder. And now we're paying for it now. We pay for it. Me and you are going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So,
Taxes, a lot of taxes.
mm-hmm.
We're just getting screwed in every possible way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They want us on our knees saying, please, please save us, right? So that they can offer a solution, which would be digital ID and digital currency, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to come, right? Alien invasion, civil war, there's a few options. Who knows? I don't know.
I think, did you watch
It's all
last week's show?
propaganda.
Did you watch last week's show?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the guy from South Africa?
Yeah, I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, they were discriminating against white people, or not even discriminating anymore.
Killing,
they are
right? Or he said.
genocide.
Yeah.
I see that happening in Canada, bro, in the next 5 to 10 years. They're going to go after all the Christians. They're going to reform our Bibles, and they're going to tell us what we have to this, and then they're going to just be discriminating against more and more. White people will be the enemy of Canada in the next 5 to 10 years. White people will be the danger of why Canada is the way it is today. I believe yeah.
I was watching another podcast, and they were talking about some guy that was talking about a regime, 40 steps or something.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those rules trumps all the other 39 or something like that. And the one rule is, would you kill your own people? And if that comes here, if they start killing their own people, I'm not sure, right? Like,
Well, they are already
that's
killing
what-
us through homelessness. They're
Yeah.
killing us with Chinese fentanyl. We don't have
made.
traditional marijuana like back in the day. We don't have traditional cocaine from Colombia. We don't have the traditional drugs that we had 20 years ago. It's all garbage from China.
Yeah.
And the U.S.
Right.
has already intercepted 2 or 3 big fucking shiploads of precursor chemicals that were coming to Canada.
Mhm.
Right?
So what? Like, I don't know. So they're allowing this stuff to come in here to
100%.
kill our own people.
Did you watch my video? I made a video about before Mark Carney got into power. I said the Liberal Party is going to start ramping up on fake fentanyl busts to make it look like we're doing something so America doesn't get spooked, right? That was my prediction video. Mark Carney has been protecting fentanyl. All the fentanyl busts you see in fentanyl, when they say fentanyl, that's all fake stage busts. They're not real. All of them are fake. Canada does not go after the fentanyl. The fentanyl, the designer drugs, are it's Chinese for profit to come here and destroy white man. And we're recovering back in 2016, 2017, 2018. Entire families wiped out through Chinese fentanyl. Entire families wiped out. And it's being done on purpose. So I'm sorry you had to hear that, but I just...
And what about the $500,000 exit tax that they proposed at the Montreal Convention or whatever?
Yes, that's the $500. Yeah, we talked about this too. We talked about this. It was an exit tax.
Yeah, yeah. I'm almost positive that's what it was called.
No, we called it something else. A parting tax. I think it was called a parting or something. This already exists already. This is already in play. This is already this has been.
They just want to increase it.
Yeah, it's been since 2004. I think it was already. What you're talking about. It was called a parting tax or a parting fee, where if you left the country and you liquidated your bank accounts, they're going to want a percentage of it, regardless.
Right.
So they want 40%, right? So
40.
Yeah, 40. But that's why you don't tell nobody you're leaving. You understand? You always buy when you're leaving the country. You always buy a 2-way ticket. Right? You don't buy one way. You buy 2-way. So when you arrive there, you say, "Oh, I'm coming back. I'm not." But meanwhile, you're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? And it's none of their business if you're coming back too. You know what I mean? But
did you see the Eurostat that just came out for the lowest attacks or lowest rapes or whatever? It was Poland, right? And Poland's motto, right? Yep. 0, not even 1, right? So numbers don't lie.
Yeah, no, of course, it's math. Math doesn't lie, right? But
so
the problem we're having, the problem we're constantly getting into, is that I have this really bad feeling that we're going to end up like South Africa in 5 to 10 years. They're going to be not serving whites. They're going to be like no serving white people. They have white bathrooms only. They're going to start the segregation, and then they're going to move forward, and they're going to start just killing us. They're going to with MAID. What do you think MAID's for? Now, if you look at MAID, 20,000 people or 30,000, whatever it took MAID, 29,000 of the 30,000 are all white people.
We're white, yeah. Well, speaking of MAID, a friend of mine that I haven't spoke to in years, grew up with him. My cousin messaged me. She's like, "Hey, did you know so-and-so signed up for MAID?" I'm like, what the hell? Like, this guy is like a, 30-something-year-old guy. Well,
30-something-year-old guy?
Yeah, like a buddy that I grew up with. You know what I mean? I don't want to say his name or whatever, but
holy shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We have the same birthday. For Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And and I spoke to him. I just reached out to him not too long ago, want to touch base saying, "Hey man, what's going on?" Depressed, financial stress.
Oh, yeah, financial stress is a big one. That's how they get made. Oh, are you financially broken? Do you owe money?
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And they thought, we're catching flack for this, so let's make it that 2 doctors need to sign off, because they made that change, right? Originally it was 1, and then Canadians cried about it or whatever, made a stink, and then they changed policy, I'm pretty sure, to make it 2 doctors have to sign off.
Yeah, well, both doctors are still working for the same team, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, our system is totally broken. Justice system, don't even get me started on that.
Well, the justice system is just
Right.
is a one-sided thing. It's like reffing in FIFA. Oh, Mike, why do you keep saying the World Cup is fixed? It's because the referees dictate who wins the game. The referee and the whistle dictates who wins the game. Oh, you're full of shit, Mike. Everything can be fixed. It's all fixed, buddy. But yeah, somebody in the comments says most people just don't care. Right?
Most people don't care about what?
About in general. Like they don't reach that level of understanding.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't want to. They just want to just kind of putt along, play along, follow along.
So I was at a coffee shop,
Mhm.
you know, talking to this barista there for a second.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, do you like follow any you know, bills that the liberals are trying to pass or anything?" And she goes, "No, I just try to stay out of politics." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool." You know what I mean? Like just I don't know. Everybody just seems to be like that. Like you said, they just don't care. You know what I mean? They just have no care in the world that, you know, you're paying, you know, 18 times more for your beef and whatever else for the rest of your groceries.
200 times more for your
and
house.
fuel and houses and everything. And people are just, you know, oblivious to what's happening. And it's incredible to see,
Mhm.
you know, like they say NPCs, you know, soulless people or whatever.
Mhm.
And like, we're surrounded by them. I don't know.
Yep. Did you ever watch my 41?
It's insane.
You ever watch my 41% video?
I did watch it. Yeah.
Does that answer
By that year, you know, 41% of people are going to be soulless or whatever, and soul
41% of
detection and
people
all
on
that
Earth are
shit.
sold.
It's crazy.
Yeah. 41% of people on Earth are sold. The other percentage, they just don't have. People just don't obtain a soul. They're born at birth with consciousness and awareness. Awareness is 2 + 2 is 4. Up is down. Down is up. Whatever. Left, right. That's awareness. But consciousness is our actual soul. That's that's programmed when we're conceived. The second we're conceived, that spark. That's the God gene. Only 41% on Earth right now are carrying the God gene. I know it sounds like I'm talking total bullshit or it doesn't make any sense, but if you get out and look around a little bit more, you'll start to see like, oh fuck, this guy might be right.
I've seen it for a while, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, like being awake, you know, that's a term, right? I don't know.
Awake,
I hate that phrase. But, you know, I remember 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was 9 at the time. My dad picked me up from school, you know, and he goes, "Oh, James, you know, something terrible happened in the States." Said, "Yeah, they said something at school or whatever." And I go, "Oh, did you still buy that bike for me?" You know, he was buying me a bike with pegs on the back or something.
Cool.
And I still remember that. And I just thought to myself, man, this was an inside job. You know what I mean? As a child, I knew that something was up with that attack.
Yep. 100%.
You know what I mean?
And now that you build buildings and understand the infrastructure, you know it's total bullshit now.
Yeah. But a bird can take out a airplane wing or whatever. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But do you have a lot of kids?
Lies. No kids yet.
Okay. Because me, I'm putting everything on the line. I'm doubling and tripling down everything I have on the line because I have 3 kids, right?
Uh-huh.
And I got to educate them how to go to the States and go to Alabama or somewhere and just settle down, buy a property, work a minimum wage job to get started. Like, just trying to show them, like, look, if you work minimum wage, you could buy this house on a 1/4 acre of land in Alabama, and you could pay this off in 5 years. But if you live in Vancouver or you live in a Canadian city, you'll never own your property. And because it's Crown land, I'm trying to teach my kid about Crown land and how you never own your property anyway, even if you think you own it, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to show this.
We just rent it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show them like that they have to get the hell out of here. My son wants to be a hockey player. Good, go be a hockey player and go play in Florida. Go play in Texas. Don't you know what I mean?
Yeah, But they've made it almost impossible, right, for like young Canadians to have kids and have families.
Right, that's all
Pretty
done
much.
engineered on purpose. So
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and then they
Birth
have
rates,
yeah.
right? Like I was just looking at birth rates, whatever, last month or something. Europe, France, it's like a 1.6, 1.8.
Mm-hmm.
At 1.3 is irreversible, right? Since the beginning of time, since they started documenting birth rates or whatever the statistic is.
Mm-hmm.
Canada, 1.9 or whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like the birth
But
rates
how many of those are Canadian, though? We were covering birth tourism from China back in 2017, 18, and 19, and the biggest birth rate is in BC was from Chinese people coming and having their kids in
well,
Canada.
there you go.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
that how many of that 1.9 is actually Canadian or Europeans? It's not. It's outside, right?
Yeah.
But
And now they're offering citizenships now for people that aren't even born here, or if you're a family member or something. I remember hearing something about that. Do you know anything about that?
yeah, that was. Are you talking about the extended family program where they come in?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So this was being covered in Vancouver. We're covering this on our channel. Hear me out. This is 2014 and 2013 on our channel. We're reading the article about how the Chinese come in, buy these homes, leave them empty, but then they bring a grandfather or grandpa over to live in the house so it's not completely empty, right?
Yeah.
The grandpa declares zero income, like no income, gets Canadian citizenship, zero income, and then collects welfare on top.
Yeah.
And they had hundreds of thousands of cases being reported of Chinese bringing in grandparents and older people and having zero income and collecting welfare on top of living in an empty home on top of that.
Well, there you go, using our tax dollars.
Yep. Oh, it's been happening for years here in BC. In my province is the biggest. You know what's going to happen to you in Ontario?
What's that?
They're going to have socialized car insurance. It's coming to Ontario.
Oh yeah.
Yep. In BC where I live, there's only one car insurance company. It's through the province. It's controlled by the government.
Really?
And it's a total nightmare.
So everybody's on the same company?
Do you know why they invented this? Because private insurance companies wouldn't insure bad Chinese drivers. There was so many bad Chinese drivers in BC. They were terrible drivers. And then you walk into your office and you own your own insurance company. You look at this guy's driving record and said, "Sorry, sir, we're not going to insure you. You've been in 23 accidents in 1 year, right?" So they socialized the insurance, so it's only one company now. So this way, Chinaman kills 3 people on a bridge with his car, what's happened before many times, or the Chinaman's kid buys him a Ferrari and he's 16 years old and he smashes it up and kills 3 people. No fault insurance. No one's to blame. And Chinaman just keeps reinsuring his cars. It doesn't matter because he has millions of dollars to launder. It doesn't even matter. And
really,
that's what happened. This is how we got completely destroyed. If we had a fair insurance company where you're clean abstract, you have no accidents, you're going to pay $100 a month. Oh, you have 27 accidents in 1 year? Sorry, sir, we can't insure you. Look what happened. We're destroyed. We're done.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that about BC.
Oh, it's called ICBC. Look it up, ICBC. And it's a total nightmare. And they have no fault insurance too.
I will look into that.
Yep. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be like, holy crap.
Well,
we got somebody saying that their insurance increased 50% in Ontario. Again, your insurance goes up not because you're a bad driver. Your insurance goes up because you're paying for bad drivers.
that's correct. It goes by postal code, the amount of claims or whatever it is in your area.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it reflects.
Yep.
So, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
I hate everything about this country.
It's anti-Canadian. It's anti what we thought Canada was supposed to be for us. If my dad knew what was going to happen when we got here to Canada, like where we're at right now, he would have just stayed in Portugal.
Yeah.
Would have taken our chances in Portugal. We'd still be alive in Portugal. We wouldn't be dead, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Someone's saying that ICBC and police cover up hit and runs for Muslims.
That's not surprising.
Yep. But if it's a white man, it's all over Canada news, wide.
That's
Hit and run white
correct.
man. Yep. Yep. I was talking to a lady at the pool today. I go to the pool in the morning sometimes, and she says, "Wow, America's a lot of crazy people." I'm like, "What are you seeing?" She says, "Oh, all these white people are destroying the country." I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I guess that's why I got the idea tonight to talk about how there's no black man shooting anybody in America. There's no Latino gangs shooting everybody.
CID, baby.
Yeah, controlled information distribution. They're telling us up here how bad Whitey is down in down. And then the guy that tried to shoot Donald Trump, they whitewashed him a little bit on the image to make him look whiter.
So Mike, talk about some of those old books that you have.
My books.
Yeah.
I have like 70, 80, maybe 90 books that were published I guess before Canada was even founded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I go through history books. Did you watch my population book? My population video about the world's population's fake? I did 3 days ago or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way the Earth's population is 4, 7, 8 billion, whatever the fuck they're telling us. It's bullshit.
Yeah. No.
Bullshit.
And that point that you made about when you're flying over, open fields and for, miles and miles and miles, right?
Yeah. That's called, I call it that the open flight theory. I call it an open flight theory. You jump on a plane on a major city. And then we had Shanghai Charlie in China. He flew from like one major city and another, like a 5-hour flight in China. He never left Chinese airspace. Over China, he says 2 villages you pass before you get to the big city, like the actual other big city, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been preaching for years, there's only 400 million people in China, and 200 million of them are over 60 years old. And that everyone laughs at me. But
right.
According to what I know, what I've been hashing through my old books, everything now is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Everything they're telling us is bullshit. It doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Right? And I have a book, a medical journal book that was published in 1846. And it's talking about a parasite that multiplies in the body and creates tumors. And at that time, they were talking about cancer, but they didn't really know, right?
Well, there's a lot, speaking of parasites, there's a lot of information coming out that is linking, diseases to parasites.
Yep. Cancers linked to.
Yeah.
So.
Cancers and Alzheimer's, dementia.
Mm-hmm.
When they cut open somebody's brain, right? To a doctor like that last year was talking about that. So there's a lot of information about parasites, linking that to disease and stuff like that. So, we don't deworm in the West, right? But
yeah, we
they
don't
do it in other countries.
No, if you drink like a couple of, like once a month or once every 3 months, like 4 shots of vodka in a row, that actually helps, believe it or not. I know it sounds like 5 or 6 shots of vodka in a row and get really hammered. It actually starts starts killing parasites and deworming and shit too, believe it or not. I'm not promoting drinking, but alcohol does do that, right?
I think there's a lot of things, right, to get rid of parasites.
Like
I
even heard nicotine works too. Nicotine.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicotine's actually pretty good for killing parasites too.
Yeah, there's so much stuff to talk about, like heavy metals they're spraying.
Oh yeah. Killing us softly.
Yeah, like I don't know, and then parasites and disease and government shit, and there's just so many issues to talk about. I mean,
it's never ending.
It's a time to be living in. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, but think of it like this: they're bullshitting us, right? But imagine
100%.
200 years ago, how much bullshitting was going on where people couldn't prove it and have internet, no way to know. Imagine the shit they were selling people 200 years ago. And there was no way to find out back then. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I collect rare history books. so I could
Well,
see what they were talking about 203. Some of the history books go back so far, they're only in Latin. They're only written in Latin, because Latin in the 1700s, 1600s was the only language that was being published in print for people to read books, like for books, was only in Latin for many, many years until they started going into other languages, right?
right.
So, because the Roman Empire was huge. It was the UK, was Portugal, all the way down to pretty much Mesopotamia, right? So pretty much way down there, right? North Africa. So Latin was a big language, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, when you get some time, go to my channel, my YouTube, and go to the little magnifying glass. Maybe even watch old Mike in the Nights at mikeinthenight.org. Watch videos from like 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what we're talking about then. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, I've watched a couple of them.
Yeah.
I like going back
lot of
on your
swearing.
shit there. I do I commute to and from work, so I throw your podcast on sometimes, right?
Yeah, some of the older stuff
Some
is pretty
old
good.
stuff.
But lots of swearing, though. So if there's kids around, it's not that good. But still, some really good callers and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me see if I can sneak in one more caller before we wrap up tonight's show. But hey, I appreciate you filling in the time for us tonight here on Mike in the Night. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, no worries. God bless, bro.
God bless you, brother.
And yeah, you too, man. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. All right. Okay. All right. We're getting you know what's pretty cool, guys, is we're getting a lot of Portuguese callers into the show. And you guys know I'm a Portuguese, right? But it's good to hear from Portuguese callers, right? Oh, okay. Hold on. It looks like we have No Way Jose. No Way Jose's got some stuff from the fourth biggest city in America, Chicago. You guys remember what happens in Chicago spreads across America, right? So let's see what he's got for us. Let's see what I got here. We'll get him on. Mike? Good night.
Euro House. Festival anthem. Mike in the Night. Transmission. Life. Neon shadows on the street. Baseline rising from beneath. Silver skyline. Hearts ignite. We awaken in my mind. Every fear just fades away when the rhythm starts to play. You don't know what's wrong, alright. You just moving right in the night. Close your eyes, don't fight the fight. Feel it lifting you higher. When the clock hits 3, you're finally free. At 3 a.m., something's moving you. Feel it breaking through, like a wave you can't undo. At 3 a.m., let the darkness shine. We cross the line. Oh, Mike in the night.
Hello?
No Way Jose here on Mike of the Night. Thanks for coming on the show and updating us what's happening in the fair city of Chicago, the Windy City. All right, buddy, what do you got for us tonight?
I'm doing well, Mike. How are you?
Oh, you know how it is. You win some, you lose some, you know?
Of course. You can't win all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are-
So this is what I got to report.
Go ahead.
Interestingly, police ticketed 25 Chicago lunch ladies during protests demanding better pay.
So they're demanding pay for more money to work in the cafeteria.
Yep.
And they were
And this is public schools.
so they were
employees.
ticketed for protesting?
Yeah. 25 people were ticketed during a protest organized by Chicago lunchroom workers who
But
gathered in the loop
but it's
to
in your
demand better pay.
constitution, freedom of protest, freedom
It
of
is.
freedom of protest, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, and freedom of the press.
Exactly. So why should they be ticketed?
Well, that's not good. That's a red flag right there, buddy.
Very red flag. Whether
Interesting.
like you agree with what they're protesting or not, you shouldn't ticket at them because this is a free country. They have the right. The people have the right to protest.
Interesting. Okay, continue.
Yeah. The civil disobedience follows months of actions by CPS, which stands for Chicago Public Schools, lunchroom workers, to sound the alarm about the inequality they face, sorry,
Yeah, that's fine.
including informational picket lines, rallies, petitions, gathering, and speaking out at the Board of Education meetings and meetings with Chicago alderpersons. The contract between Unit here, Local 1, and the Board of Education expired last year in June 2025, the organizer said. So the lunchroom attendants want more pay.
Well, Chicago's very expensive to live, right?
It's
It's
very.
a sanctuary city, and sanctuary city they keep all the bums and they keep all the money laundering goes in through there. It's very expensive to live in Chicago.
The wages don't keep up.
The
Like with
wages
the
nowhere
inflation.
near, nowhere near. That's why you have 13 people to a room.
13 to a room.
Yeah,
I'll continue.
yeah.
On April 9th, 2026, which was a couple of weeks ago, beginning of this month, CPS requested the commencement of mediation regarding negotiations for a collective bargaining agreement with Unit here, Local 1. Chicago Public Schools proposed that the federal mediation and consolation service facilitate the process.
Well,
And April, go ahead.
they're just gonna obliterate the unions. You know that, right?
Abolish like the teachers' unions,
They're gonna get rid of everything. You're just gonna be
even though
temporaries.
that they're in the bed with the Democratic Party and they support them.
Well, they're going to be doing that. They're going to be abolishing all unions because the unions is for the work for the people, right? But
Yeah.
government doesn't want for people, especially if you work for the government.
No, they're not for the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicago Public Schools is looking forward to working with the mediator to resolve these outstanding issues in the best interest of our employees and students.
Well,
So it looks like they're going to keep trying to negotiate.
for what? What are they going to do? Pay them an extra $1,000 a week so they can afford to pay their rent? It's not going to work. They're going to pay them an extra $1,000 a week so they can buy food. They're not going to.
Not even like a $4 increase. Well, I'm sure will help.
Yeah, it won't even help. They need like a $25, $18 increase per hour if they want to be able to buy food. That's the problem. Is wages and incomes are not keeping up with the cost of living, especially in a
They're
blue
not.
state. If you're in a blue state, you're in a blue state in America, you're screwed.
You are. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Property taxes in Chicago are very expensive from what I hear, and they keep going up.
I know a guy that's on the west side of Chicago. Yeah, the west side. So west side, he's paying 11 grand a year for property tax. My buddy down in Florida told me they abolished property tax. No more property tax in Florida.
Like if we own property, why do we need to pay a property tax?
Yeah, if you own the property, right?
If
So-
we own it, supposedly, allegedly.
Well, in America, you actually own your property. In America, you own your property. In Canada, it's crown land. We're just renting it.
It's crown land.
Yeah.
Not in America.
No, America, you own your own land. America is
You
one of the
own it.
very few countries in the world where you actually own your own land, and you have a gun to protect your land, right?
To protect yourself.
Yeah.
Moving on, like on May 1st, Mike, the parents of Chicago deliver a legal letter in agreement with the Chicago Board of Education.
Okay.
So May 1st is supposed to be a walkout.
Oh, they're issuing.
Students, employees, and staff are basically encouraged to walk out because of everything going on with the Trump administration.
Mhm.
So parents are complaining to the Board of Education, why are they like getting involved with politics? Why are teachers encouraging students to walk out and protest
Mhm.
instead of like doing their job and teaching them like about life skills and things that will actually help them in
Yeah,
life?
understanding the theft of taxation and understanding to protect the Constitution at all, with all their will and like, yeah, this they should be teaching them the importance of being an American and what you know what I mean, right?
Exactly.
Keep going.
Teachers and students should not be participating in May Day rallies. CTU and Mayor Brandon Johnson are calling for civic engagement activities in schools.
I can't believe Brendan Johnson's still the mayor.
I know.
That guy screwed up that city, sorry, so bad that I don't even know how he's allowed to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Again, they need
How
to
he's
keep these
allowed
people
to
there.
remain in office.
They're there to destroy you guys. But you know what the thing is? America has more white people, though. That's the thing. Canada, we're running out of white, Caucasian, whatever, like European. We're disappearing, right? And I
Last
think it's
summer, I remember that what you're talking about. I didn't see that many Caucasians in Canada. I
when you
saw a lot
visited
of
Canada.
more Indians in Toronto.
Oh, it's people from India.
Yeah, lots of them, more than like Caucasians.
Hmm. Oh, of course, yeah, Canada, yeah.
Aside from all this political like BS going on in Chicago with the public school board, the teachers union, and the mayor, Mike, like violence in Chicago is still high.
You know what the funny thing is? In
Mhm.
Canada,
Yeah.
we watch the news. They tell us about America.
Oh,
Local
yeah.
Chicago man, it's always a white guy. Oh, well, the local Texas guy, it's always white people. On the Canadian side that are committing, so it's almost like black people don't commit any crimes in America. According to Canadian media, it's always white people that are causing problems in America. On our side,
That is the biggest bullshit lie
yep.
that the
If
media could ever
when you
throw out
visit Canada again, watch the news and say local Detroit man today held hostage, whatever, and it's a white guy, and it's like a Latino has never done that in his life in America. You know what I'm trying to say?
Or like a black person's never done that in their life in America.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you're watching the Canadian side news, they're talking about Dayton, Ohio man, and this, that. I'm like, what the fuck? Whoa,
Or this person in Texas.
yeah, but it's a white guy, and it's like, wow, local Texas man shoots up something. It's like, wow, it's almost like nobody else in Texas has ever shot up anything ever. It's just a white man, and I don't know
So
why Canada's.
that's their narrative.
Well, if you go
that they
watch the
like to
Canadian
push.
news, there's no Canadian people on the news. There's the people bringing you the news. They're not even Canadian.
I bet you it's the CBC, right?
All of them. You look at the Canadian news in Canada that's being bought and paid for by our taxes. There's no Canadian people on the news. It's all like black or Chinese or Hindu or whatever. There's no Canadian people.
Or Indian, whatever.
Yeah, there's no Canadians.
None at all.
Yep. Yep. Someone's saying they pay
But like, go ahead.
Someone's saying they pay $600 a year in taxes here in Alabama. I pay $4,700 for two stoplight. I'm in a two stoplight town, two stoplights in my town, and I pay $4,700.
$4,700 a year?
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Someone says, I don't care about the color of the person is, just as long as they stick with Western culture. They don't stick with Western culture. That's the problem. A lot of them are not Christian. Western culture is Christian.
Very Christian.
Yep.
It was
founded on the Ten Commandments. All right,
It sure was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. So a man shot Chicago cops, killing one after pulling gun away under the blanket at a Swedish hospital, prosecutors say.
Whoa.
So gun
Swedish,
violence is still going on in Chicago.
a Swedish hospital in Chicago?
A Swedish hospital.
Interesting. I learn
Yeah.
something new every day.
I know. Prosecutors on Monday convicted felons somehow took a gun Swedish hospital after he was arrested this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then pulled it from under a blanket after he undressed and shot 2 Chicago police officers, killing John Bartholomew. That was one of the officers.
Oh, that sucks.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Anything? Well, gun crime is out of control there. Gun crime in per capita. What was it? Was it May Day? Was it last year May Day? What was it? May Long? What was it that?
The Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, 18 people shot dead.
18.
Yeah, it's like, but they don't cover that in Canada. They don't cover that in Canada because that was all black people shooting. But in Canada, it was 18 people dead, and it was all white people shooting them. That would be all over Canadian news, like no one's business.
It'd be all over the news, but it doesn't fit their narrative.
Oh, it'd be like the Titanic sank 2.0. Yep. Yep, it's really sad what's happening.
It is. So not even police officers are safe in Chicago, Mike.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a police officer in Chicago. No way. I'd rather be
No way.
Again, 2 stoplight town somewhere in rural Louisiana in the middle of nowhere, 70 miles from anything. That's where I'd be.
You'd be better off there.
Yeah. Rural Georgia in the middle of nowhere. But, yeah. Anything else?
So, like, my question is, Mike, like, if this guy was arrested and he was a violent convicted felon, why was he out on the streets?
Well, it's the same thing like that guy on the train that stabbed that girl in the throat. Remember that black guy that cut the girl's throat on the train? And
I do remember that.
Okay. I think he had 28 previous convictions. What the fuck was this guy doing on the street? Why is he allowed to exist with other people? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Even his mother said, "Lock this fucker up. He's crazy."
Even his mother was trying to say that he shouldn't be out on the streets.
That's right. Then he got on a train and fucking cut some white girl, Ukrainian girl immigrated to America, got her throat slashed.
I remember that story.
Yep.
Yeah, it was sad, Mike.
Yep.
That's just sad, the world we live in.
Yep. Sad. And it's disgusting what's happening and how it's breaking down. But
very disgusting.
I don't know why things aren't getting, nothing is getting any, and there's nothing getting on a better side of things. There's nothing.
No, it's not. It doesn't look that way.
And I hate to be so negative, but it's just, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. That's difficult.
We are on a plane, and the pilots have parachuted out, and they locked the cockpit doors, and the plane's crashing, and we can't do nothing about it.
Can't even save our own life.
Yep, that's the problem. We're on a plane, and it's crashing, it's burning.
It's burning.
There's nothing we could do.
No, nothing we can.
Well, Barbara just bought me a thank you, Barbara, for the coffee. Thank you, BG, for the coffee. Thank you, Keith, for the coffee. Thank you, Sandy, for the coffee. Wow, we got a lot of coffee. Thank you, Tio, for the coffee. Thanks, guys, for the. I got a lot of coffees tonight. I think
Keep up the amazing work, Mike.
I'm going to go to celebrate with coffee tonight, man.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Anything else before we let you go, buddy?
Well, no teen takeovers. There was one like about a month ago, but none yet.
Yeah, keep your eye and ear open. I need you to go to these teen takeovers and report for us, buddy.
And if I can report on May 1st, which is Friday, which is supposed to be basically another protest against Donald Trump, if I can record anything.
Yeah, go report. Maybe interview somebody from Mike in the Nights.
Or interview someone like what are they protesting about? What is this all about?
Go do it though. Do it. Go out there. Get some stories from Mike in the Night. Do me a favor. Yeah, I need you to cover the teen takeovers. This is going to be a big one. Teen takeovers are going to be the future of the youth. It's going to be teen takeovers.
They've even spread out to Washington D.C.
Get out of town.
I think I saw a headline or something like that not long ago, maybe a month ago,
So they're in District of Columbia?
in the District of Columbia, even in the capital of America.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. All right, bud. We'll get you back on in a couple of weeks to update us on anything. And yeah,
Okay.
go chase down some stories for us. You're in the fourth biggest city in America.
All right, Mike.
All right, brother. You take care. God bless you.
You take care. God
Bye-bye.
bless you.
All right, that's No Way Jose in Chicago, fourth or fifth biggest city in America. Wow. All right, let's see who else is here. Okay, so I'm really happy to get some callers on tonight. There you go. Look at that. We're wrapping up our third hour. Been here with you guys on Mike of the Night, hanging out. Really appreciate you guys' support. Thanks for all the coffees, guys. It means a lot to me. It really does. Because you guys are paying me to be... Whatever we make from coffees is what I get to be here. I get, I think, $20 or $30 from AdSense. No, your YouTube subscriptions. I have about $35. I think I get from that every month. Is the YouTube subscriptions, you guys, from a YouTube channel members. Like $30 or something I get from that. And that's it. Yep. We got Sandy for Freedom in the house. Rick Silver in the house. Seattle, California. That's typical all across Canada. Yeah. We got Luna J. Parker in the house. Yeah, some people pay more in property taxes than they do their... I know if my mom kept her house in Brampton, Ontario, the property tax there is $14,800 a year. But people, some people pay more in property tax. Some people's mortgages in the States are $100 a month or $200 because they have a $50,000 house, right? So the property tax might be more. But if they have a lot of services and amenities in their city, and they have so much stuff to do in the city, it might offset it paying the property tax. But if you're in a little town like I am with 2 stoplights, you got to be kind of careful, right? Yep. We need Barbara to call into the show. It's going to get worse. They are killing all our food sources. Yeah, we've been talking about food sabotage, food plants burning up, planes crashing into food areas, food production areas, cattle farms burning up, all kinds of weird shit. Woo! Someone wooed me in the comments. Woo! BC is expensive. Very expensive in British Columbia. BC stands for bring cash. You guys bring cash when you come here because it's very expensive. Yeah, they want to control the food supply. Our prediction video that we're going to have socialized food stores or government-run food facilities are starting to come true, folks. We made the prediction back in 2021 that we're going to have government-regulated food stores because people can't afford to buy food anymore. And you have to comply for the food. You got to be good for the food. You got to do what they tell you if you want to eat. Right? Yeah, and someone's saying that the bees are dying off like crazy this year. Oh yeah. All this stuff is engineered, folks. They're engineering all of this shit. Right? So if you guys are just tuning into Mike of the Night, maybe go back to the beginning of the show. We had some good content down there. Good headlines we were covering. Man, I was talking so much at the beginning. But I think it's all worth it in the end, folks. I think creating this awareness. And then we had Dino Bravo come on the show. Then we had our buddy, I think it was James from Hamilton, Ontario, come on the show. And then we got No Way Jose from Chicago coming on. Hopefully we can get a Australian caller next week to give us an update on what's happening down under. Because usually happens in Australia, New Zealand, then it comes to Canada, or sometimes it goes to America, Canada, or sometimes it goes to UK, Canada. All these dots get connected, and yeah. RC Lamoureux is saying mass deaths about to happen. They won't be able to bury them fast enough. Ghostly Doors is saying, grow food this year, folks. Yeah. Grow. Climate terrorism. Climate terrorism oily film is arson season. Because they're already burning stuff. Arsonists are already burning things already, real quick. Yeah, we need oily film to call into Mike in the Night. We need all you guys calling into Mike in the Night, man. We need your support, man. Need your support. It's hard to have the show going for so long. And it's hard to carry the show for so long. It's very hard for me to speak for 3 hours straight. I need people to come on, right? And help me out. Anyways, we're wrapping it up right now. It is our third hour. And let me put on some go away music or parting music or time to go music. Put my glasses on. It's time to hit the... It's time to move on, folks. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Let's get some send-off music here. Oh, wrong one.
Euro House.
I want this one. Yeah.
Transmission intercepted for 3 hours. Signal detected. Mike in the Night. It's 3 a.m. Screen still glows. Satellites watching below. Red lights blinking on every street. Truth buried 6 feet deep. Paper signed in quiet rooms. Deals made under crescent moons. Digital chains you never see. There's something in you wants to break free. They say it's safe. They say it's fine. But why's that camera watching mine? Clock hits free. The veil gets there. You feel the static on your skin. Baseline truth, all at your fires. No more silence, no more talking. I have spoken.
Mike Martin's here, signing up for episode 648 of Mike in the Night on April 27, 2026. Take care, and if you can't take care, stay safe. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.
Every move you make, borders blur, control expands. Digital cuffs on steady hands, but in the dark the people wake. Feel the system start to shake. Eyes up, wake up, speak up, stand up. They fear the ones